Welcome to the ACA Atheist Community of Austin game night. I'm Matt Dillahunty. I'm the current president of the Atheist Community of Austin. And joining me right off the bat is my good friend Nick Fish, who is the president of American Atheists. Welcome.
Hey, Matt. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Right now, you'll have to imagine that there's a crowd of people roaring and cheering because they're all doing it virtually.
That's right.
We were supposed to be in Phoenix right now. In fact, right about this time, I was supposed to be doing a magic show or ready to do a magic show at the American Atheist National Convention for 2020 in Phoenix. We're clearly not there, Nick. What happened?
Well, I don't know if anyone's been following the news, but there's been just a little bit of a public health issue, we'll say. You know, we were sort of talking about this when the first cases kind of started coming into the U.S. and we weren't quite sure what we were going to need to do. And so, you know, we came to the board and said, we're really concerned about this, and started running some numbers and looking at what our options were. But by the time that we were able to finally make the decision to postpone our conference until next year in Phoenix, you know, we were 100% confident we had made the right decision. And then as the situation has just continued to progress, you know, we don't want people to have to pick between spending time with their community and their health and their well-being. And that's not a fair choice for us to impose on anyone in our community, but certainly not at something that is as severe as this. And so we're really pleased that we were able to come up with some other options, and we're going to be hosting a virtual town hall in the next couple of weeks, as well as putting on some of the speakers that you were going to hear at our conference, getting them because they have a lot of timely, important things to share, obviously. And so we're working on some ways to get that out to everybody as well. But I suppose as a second option, playing games with you guys is a pretty good substitute for now.
That couldn't hurt. You know, I was really proud of the fact I'm on the board of directors for American Atheists. So full disclosure there for anybody who didn't know. And I was really proud of the fact that we were ahead of the curve in looking at this and saying, hey, what are our options? We had some feedback from some registered attendees, you know, about what's going to happen. And you and Debbie and Alison and everybody got together and took charge and kind of came up with a plan. And for clarity, just for people, anybody who doesn't know, I mean, obviously it would be terrible if people were showing up at the hotel right now going, hang on, I was registered, what happened? But you communicated with everybody. But we did not cancel this year's American Atheist Convention. We postponed it. So instead of 2020 in Phoenix, we will be in Phoenix in 2021.
Correct. And we're really fortunate to be able to work with a hotel that had that level of flexibility, that said, you know, we obviously wanted to be in Phoenix. I mean, the whole reason that we go to any place that we go is because we want to show off the fantastic activism that's been done by the people in that community, and get people to know and network and introduce each other within those areas. And we don't want to just pack up and say, well, too bad, Phoenix, sorry. We thought it was really important to have everybody in Phoenix at that venue, meeting all those great people, learning from some fantastic activists. And so we're doing everything we can to reschedule a large number of the people that we had slated to speak, and then hopefully bring in some new people as well, obviously. But we want people to be in Phoenix. There's so much going on in Arizona right now. It's really on the front line of so much of the work that we're doing. And the community there is really thriving because they're doing all of those things that make a really strong activist centered, community centered local scene. And so we want people to share that and to be a part of that.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm super thrilled that next year, 2021, is going to be in Phoenix, because not only do the activists and our partners there deserve a convention, but I made an embarrassing mistake, and I'm not alone, by the way, because there were a couple of board members who were in Phoenix, myself and Seth Andrews, doing an event. We did the entire event, and not once did we mention, oh, we'll be back in a couple of months for the American Atheist Convention. And we go to leave, and we're like, what the hell did we just do? How did we forget that?
Oh, crap. Yeah.
So now I get a whole year to kind of pump up, hey, Phoenix, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's, I guess, to find a silver lining in this, it at least puts us a year ahead in our planning. I think anyone who organizes a conference, I know that you've done a lot of these as well. I know that so many people in our community have put together really fantastic conferences, and they can attest how hard it is to put one of these things on in that year timeline. It's a lot to do, and so we're actually ahead of the curve. I suppose is the only silver lining in this giant shit sandwich of the last few months. But we're really pleased that we're going to be back, and that the hotel was flexible in working with us, and that we've got everything lined up now for 2022 as well, because we'd already done all the work in advance, and they were able to reschedule as well. So
outstanding. I hadn't heard the final note on that, and I know we're not announcing 2022 yet. We're going to save that for 2021. Now, you, like the rest of us, are essentially working from home. The New Jersey office is shut down, and
right.
How are you coping?
Mostly just by trying to keep track of my cat, who is currently sitting on the couch next to me, ready to jump into screen whenever he feels like it. But we're doing okay. We made the decision to close our DC office very early in this whole process. I think it's been more than a month now, or almost exactly a month now, because we knew Washington DC was going to be hit really hard, because they have to use mass transit, and they work in a co-working space, and they have their own office in that co-working space. But we didn't want to put anybody at risk on our staff to be in the office, and we have flexibility already. We use a lot of virtual conferencing and video conferencing because we are spread across the country. I mean, we have 3 people in our DC office, we have 6 people in New Jersey, and then we have 1 person who works remote all the time. And so we're already set up to do this. And so we made that decision and said, everybody start working from home in DC. We'll keep an eye on things in Jersey and see what happens. And then right when we were going to have sort of an optional work from home period, it transitioned very quickly into okay, everyone work from home, make sure you have everything you need, clear out office stuff, take your computers if you need them. Let's reroute all the phones. So we've been 100% remote for at least 4 weeks now. And that we will still stop by the office occasionally to do things like send out mail, check the mail, make sure that all the bills are getting paid and all that. But we're really fortunate to be in a position where we're not letting staff go, we're not doing any of that. But we should be really clear-sighted about this. That this could be a really difficult period for a lot of organizations, us included. And it's not like the work has stopped, even though a lot of state legislatures have gone on hiatus. I think we all saw what happened in the news the last couple of days with this paycheck protection program. We were one of the first groups to call this out and say, hey, wait a second. The Small Business Administration, it looks like it's going to try to literally just pay paychecks of pastors. And that's completely unconstitutional. And we've been in constant contact with all the groups and all of our partners to try to fight back against this. Just because everybody is working remotely and a lot of state legislatures are shutting down, there's still so much work that has to be done.
Yeah, there's Alison will be on a little while later, and I'm going to talk to her about a number of things, including, I hope, the various exemptions that are being made on behalf of churches.
Yeah,
because I've seen other atheists posting, online or whatever else, the predictably snarky, yep, let them kill each other off, let them all get together and pass the germs around, and then we have less to fight. But there's a lot more than that going on with regard to what the government's doing, and it's difficult. And I don't want to trash talk anybody in politics right now. It's difficult enough to manage a situation like this, but it's harder to make sure that there aren't loopholes or abuse or favoritism and things like that. And right now, I'm assuming everybody on staff with American Atheists is healthy, that we haven't had anybody come down with anything. But it's nice to know that there's still an active team there working specifically on issues that are coming up during this kind of lockdown period. Yeah. Before we, jump into a couple of the topics, I want to make sure people know you can go to atheists.org and find more information about not only the convention in Phoenix in 2020, but what is going on there at the office. And you can become a member of American Atheists and donate because the work, like Nick said, the work doesn't stop at all during this. It's just, you don't get to shake hands with people.
Yeah, and the work, if anything, we would rather be focusing on the state legislatures right now. We would rather be advocating for moving the ball forward in all of these states. We'd much rather be, advocating for bills that ban child marriage or ban female genital mutilation, or bills that close loopholes for vaccinations. Instead, we're left fighting in the federal government against an administration that is just sort of doing whatever it wants to literally transfer billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars into the pockets of churches. And, you're talking about these exemptions. We are working in the states. We've advised governors. We've been trying to work behind the scenes and let them know what the rules actually are, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. When American atheists, and this is an example of this, when American atheists and the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty are on the same side of an issue, both saying you don't have to grant churches exemptions from these shelter-in-place orders, from these bans on large public gatherings, when we're both on the same side of an issue, that there's not a whole lot of space on the other side. The Becket Fund has said that these shelter-in-place and public gathering bans can absolutely affect churches and absolutely can apply to churches, that it's not an infringement on religious liberty, because there's not an absolute right under the First Amendment to put your community at risk. And that's what we're talking about here. And it really frustrates me when I see people say, well, let those Christians kill each other by going and spreading these germs. Where are they going after church? They're going to the grocery stores that you're going to. They're meeting with their families. They're going to people who are vulnerable, who have compromised immune systems. This isn't, and never mind just the simple humanity of, we shouldn't wish this upon anybody. Right. That snarky response, I understand the inclination to do that, but it's not helpful in a time like this. This is not the time for us to be scoring cheap points. This is the time for us to be really clear-sighted about the issue that we're confronting, and doing everything we can to save lives, because that's what this is really about.
Yeah, I'm reminded there was a pastor who vocally denounced all of this as a hoax, who is now dead from COVID-19. Yep. And I understand, to all my fellow atheists out there, I get it. You're stuck at home. It's incredibly frustrating. It is terrifying to watch these exemptions and the people who are in denial about this and actively promoting misinformation, all the way right up to the president himself. That's incredibly frustrating. But for me, as an atheist and a humanist, somebody mentioned on a live stream last night, they were talking about debates, and as somebody who's done a lot of them, they mentioned that they were frustrated by debates that start off as if we're going to be friendly and nice, when you're debating someone whose views are genuinely terrible. And the way I explained it last night was, there's a reason I start off that way, and that's because before I walk into a debate, I am at a deficit with respect to most of the people watching, because they have a perception of atheists as immoral or awful in some way or another, and I need to overcome that hurdle. So I like to make sure my opponents go negative first. And certainly a pastor who's running around declaring that COVID-19 is a hoax has gone negative first. But I would like us to try to maintain as much of a higher ground and work towards fighting real injustices on behalf of the government, standing up for the rights of those people who are being marginalized, making sure there's not religious favoritism and privilege going on, rather than, look, you said it was a hoax and now you're dead. He, he, he. Well, that person had a family. And unfortunately, I have family members who buy into all sorts of conspiracy stuff. And while I wish they would change their mind, I don't want them to die.
Right.
Now, you mentioned in a couple of weeks that there's going to be a sort of, I don't know if it would be fair to call it like a virtual convention, but where you're going to be getting some of the people who were supposed to be at the American Atheist Convention and doing some sort of online event. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we head on to games?
Yeah, we're still working out the specific format. The thing that people need to know immediately is that we're going to be doing a virtual town hall first, sort of like the members meeting that we would normally have at our conference, just to invite people in to hear a little bit more about what we've done over the last year, talk a little bit about what's coming up for the next year, and ask some questions, get to know us a little bit, and just, be part of a community, not practice pure social distancing, but more, emphasis on the physical distancing, do some of the social stuff while we can. That's what we want to try to do. So that's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks here. We'll have some announcements on our social media. You can follow us at American Atheist, single, on Twitter, or on our Facebook page, American Atheists, or if you're signed up on our email list, we will certainly let you know as well. But that'll be open to all of our members and supporters, and you'll be able to ask questions and hear a little bit from the staff about what's going on and what we've been working on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, as I know many other people are. One of the things that had been discussed for this weekend, which turned into the game night, was for us to essentially kind of launch the Atheist Experience Network and get a bunch of speakers and some American atheists and do kind of like a mini non-convention convention so we could move forward that direction. So I'm thrilled to hear that you guys are planning on working on that with the town hall and other things. And if there's anything the ACA can do to help out through this, by all means, let us know. Yeah. But I am told that it is now time for round one of the game. And our game master this evening is Mr. Jim Barrows, who is my co-host on the Atheist Experience. So, Jim, I'm all yours.
Oh, well. So welcome, everybody. We're going to be playing Quiplash tonight. We're going to be playing 3 full games, 2 games with 6 different people, and then the final game will be the top 3 from the first 2 games. The winner gets a handy-dandy nifty t-shirt saying they're the best atheist. And so the way the game is going to be played, for those of you playing along, let me start with that first. Those of you playing along and voting, if you've got YouTube up on your screen, it would be helpful if you had the jackbox.tv up on somewhere where you can see it easily, because that's where you're actually going to be answering the questions, or actually, voting on the answers you like the best. So Quiplash works this way. We're all going to be given, for the first 2 rounds, we're going to be given 2 questions each, or 2 prompts each. We're going to give our best answer, the one that we think everyone is going to like better than somebody else's. Then we'll vote, and it'll be, you're going to vote for either answer 1 or answer 2. You're going to vote for which one you like best, and you'll find out who gave that answer at the end of the round. The person who's got the highest percentage of popular votes wins. And then that's the first 2 rounds. The third round, everybody gets the same prompt, and we'll all give the same answer to that prompt. And once again, you'll vote for all six answers. For those of us who are playing, don't read your questions out loud. So if you do need to read in order to read out loud, make sure you're muted so no one else knows what question you've got. And any questions from the players?
Is all of this count? I mean, is there like a test round and then a real round, or we just?
Oh no,
the reals?
No, we're going straight into it, Matt.
Doing it live. We're doing it live
because I've never played this. So I want to make sure everybody knows I've never played this, and so when I win, it will look all that much more impressive.
That's right.
Right. Okay, so and for those of you who are going to be playing in the audience, here shortly, you're going to see this screen change. And in the upper right-hand corner, if I remember correctly, you're going to see something that says audience join jackbox.tv, and there will be a 4-letter code. So you're going to go to jackbox.tv and enter that 4-letter code, and then you'll join as the audience. You'll be able to vote. So please feel free to do that. Also, if you're used to having a host paying attention to YouTube chat and responding, please keep in mind that most of us are going to have 2 screens up ourselves. We're going to be playing in the game, and so we may or may not be responding as much as you're used to on YouTube chat. So that said, I think we're ready. And no questions? Questions going once? Twice? Oh, well.
Are we allowed to talk? Because
of course,
no.
Everybody but Jen is allowed to talk.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody but me is allowed to talk. I've used up my F-bombs for the month, and therefore I'm not allowed to speak.
Well, I already said shit sandwich, so I think we're,
right.
I said it twice. What the hell's wrong with you?
Here we go, round 1. And up there in the upper right-hand corner, you can see the join the audience, Hotel Delta Victor Papa.
I don't see.
Here we go.
Hi, everyone, for joining us as well. Thank you. for coming out and sitting
I
with us.
still just have sit back and relax.
All right.
So do I.
do
Okay,
too.
so I'm
You
not
may
the
need to
only one.
reload your browser.
I was like,
Okay.
oh
It's like, oh shit! God damn it! Why did I?
Okay.
Oh, we got to reload the browser. It says sit
I
back and
have to.
relax
No,
for
no.
me.
I okay. Hold on. Here we go. Why does everything want to run so slow right now? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind pretty soon. Oh look,
Little
it
late
only
for that,
took.
Jen.
It just took less than 5 minutes for me to say fuck on a stream. Wonderful.
Some of us thought it would take a lot less.
There's no faith.
Correct. You're figuring that out now.
just now.
What's going on?
Well, we're waiting for Jenna to
Sorry.
enter her.
Sorry. Everything went
doesn't-
slow on me, so I was getting like a ton of typos.
It still says sit back and relax.
You got to refresh it.
You gotta refresh it, babe.
Okay, so you missed out on the first round of answers.
Yep. Oh well.
Oh.
She'll win anyway.
The most awesome
I
thing
know.
to say before you dramatically flip a scarf over your shoulder. Yes, that's a fact. It's Brittany Bitch.
I love playing this game with Jenna because all she does is giggle constantly. It's the most wonderful thing in the world.
All right, everybody needs to vote to 9, 8. And audience can vote too.
Yep, audience can vote too.
3. All right. Yes, that's a fact from Matt,
Yeah.
and it's Brittany Bitch from Jen.
Told you I was gonna kick your ass. in
Oh,
this
it,
game.
Matt looks like he won. Oh, Jen did win. Wow.
Jen won.
Ha! This is the one game I can.
A
beat
weird
I'm a
Matt.
Tom
Brittany
Hanks,
fan.
Meg Ryan movie. Sleepless in Matt's brain or no answer. I win.
That was-
Sleepless in Matt's brain would fucking terrify me. I don't know
It
about
would.
anybody else, but that is an area I
That's
don't.
every day for me.
The most pointless thing to strap a GoPro camera on. Maple syrup, strategic reserve land, or another GoPro. The most pointless thing to strap a GoPro camera on. Maple syrup, strategic reserve land, or another GoPro.
That I
I
whoever
don't
came
even
up with
want to
that,
know
I'm
who
hugging.
those. Yeah.
I'm hugging
know.
whoever came up with that.
It's Johnny.
It probably is. You.
Yeah, Johnny Maple syrup
Ah.
and Nick for another GoPro. Oh,
Hey,
and
that's
it's
what we should
tied
do. We
from the
should
player.
guess.
Yeah,
We
it
should
asked me
guess
for
what
another
it's
name
saying,
for
what?
Canada.
No, that was at the top.
That was at the top.
Not on your. Not. It's got to be on the Quiplash. What do
Oh
you say
no!
3 times to summon Donald Trump? Poop, or I have money, hookers, and blow. What do you say 3 times to summon Donald Trump? Poop,
Oh my!
or I have money, hookers, and blow.
Oh my God! Like this didn't take long at all. Jesus Christ!
Who comes up with the questions?
That would be our very own Mark Vanderbrake who came up with
Thanks,
those.
Mark.
Nice. Nice.
We all know what answer I picked. Like, is it?
Holy
I'm
Oh,
Jim, I am so proud of you right now. I am so
What's
proud
that?
of Jim right
Jim?
now. I'm
Nice.
so proud of you.
Oh, and he gets the super Quiplash.
You get the
Yes.
super. I'm so proud of you. I'm just.
I thought it was the most obvious thing. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should update their catchphrase from Cowabunga to MAGA or Cowa back off. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should update their catchphrase from Cowabunga to MAGA or Cowa back off.
I want it
You
on
know,
before I come in last place that I planned that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Matt totally planned losing this game.
Jen phoned it in with MAGA and Johnny P.
Fuck
Back
off
off.
everyone else, okay? Just because I ruined your childhood doesn't mean shit, okay?
I think I can predict the winners now.
The reason everyone loves Tom Hanks is
Can we not defile Tom Hanks, please?
his newfound immunity to coronavirus. Win
So
by
I'm just-
default.
I'm just never going to be able to answer.
will in
You
the next
can
round.
at the
You will in the
beginning of
next
the next round.
In the next round. Yes.
Yeah, at the beginning of the next round.
That's why
All
this
right, here we go.
results are thrown off by Jenna not being able.
And I'm winning by 2,500, followed by Nick, and did get to read the rest of them. Round
damn
two.
it.
So
Round
once
two.
again, you're
Fucking
answering
t-shirt.
It's time for me to be funny.
exactly. You got to be popular.
I
Why
thought
would you-
that was
why-
your
why'd start
limit.
now?
Was the first round, right?
And I'm going to hell and a religion for that one.
Do we have to? What are we rated?
We don't have a rating.
Okay.
Are we allowed to be slightly sexually explicit?
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Surprised it took you that long to.
I mean, she did ask. That's
I mean, I asked at least. You know.
Good for you, but
I'm being considerate. God damn it, we do have a guest. Nick is here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have very delicate sensibilities as well.
I know.
So thank you
I
so
know.
much. Yeah.
I know.
wasn't it your idea to do the custom set of
Cards Against Humanity.
humanity?
Yeah. A few years ago. Yeah. So we've done them every year since. They've been very popular.
I am afraid of that. Like me.
I only have the first set where there's like a Matt Dillahunty double face palm as one of the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna, are you answering the questions?
There's no. It just says thanks for your answers.
Did you answer them all?
I answered 2.
There you
Good.
go.
Yes,
That's all you have to
you
do.
did.
There you go.
Sure.
Who are we waiting on?
And yes.
Okay, here we
Jenny?
go.
Oh, there-
Round 2. Let's see. What do we get? The weirdest talent a beauty pageant contest could showcase.
oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm afraid.
Oh, God.
Ping pong ball launching or a blowjob.
That, okay, for the record, that was not the one that I asked about. That was not it.
The weirdest talent a beauty pageant contest could showcase. Ping pong ball launching or
This is not
blowjob.
me.
If I don't win this is rigged.
Fake news. Rigged.
Uh-oh. And Matt, ping pong ball launching or
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh.
Matt winning by a landslide.
Okay.
Thank you, Tijuana
Nice.
and the United States
Oh my
Navy.
God. Can we not know if I hear about Tijuana again, I start thinking about
I
donkeys.
see
and then-
a sign
yeah,
that
no.
you're slowly morphing into former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. You're shrinking. Your bones are suddenly peanuts.
Fuck.
A sign that you're slowly morphing into U.S. President Jimmy Carter. You're shrinking, or your bones are suddenly peanuts.
Mark says he didn't come up with the questions, by the way.
Yeah. He just wants
for the
clarity.
record.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like, no, I'm not responsible.
FYI.
For this.
This wasn't-
By the way.
For the final.
By the way, I'm not taking responsibility for this one.
How presidential of you, Mark. Oh, and your bones are suddenly peanuts wins by a
Johnny,
landslide.
You're doing pretty fucking well at this one. I'm so
Johnny
proud of you.
doesn't know.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know. Whoa.
That's that song. Thank you. I was like,
A
what the
sign
fuck?
your marriage
go,
may be
Johnny.
falling apart.
You're married to me. That's a sign. That's
Your
the
spouse
sign.
has leprosy, extreme social distancing. A sign your marriage may be falling apart. Your spouse has leprosy or extreme social distancing.
Struggle is real.
Yeah,
Yep.
it certainly is.
I'm really surprised there wasn't a "you're married to Jen" answer because that would be completely true and legit.
I was trying to not go there. Oh, it's split on a. Oh,
If
not
you're
a
married to
landslide,
Jen,
but
your marriage is torn off. It doesn't fall apart.
Yeah, probably some violence. The official name for the Pope's underwear. Non-existent like God or Eucharistic hammock?
Oh my God, I love you guys so much right now.
I really do. The official
know,
name for the Pope's underwear. Non-existent like
wonder
God
why-
or Eucharistic hammock?
I wonder why I came to the ACA some days and then I see answers like this and I'm like, there it is right there. That's why.
So I'm wondering how many people watching are shocked because I don't actually have chat up. So
they're I have it up and they're having a really good fucking time right now.
oh, good. Hopefully we're not shocking too many people. And by a landslide, Johnny P beat Matt.
Johnny's cheating. He's doing funny.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've got all the answers right here.
Finding money in an old pair of pants is great, but what's even better is discovering Plan B or a pile of cash in the cadaver in your backyard.
Whoa.
Oh, I wonder who that was.
Finding money in an old pair of pants is great, but what's even better is discovering Plan B or a pile of cash in the cadaver in your backyard. Oh,
there's Jim.
Damn it, Jim. Fuck off.
I'm glad people find me funny and not
Plan B
just-
solid
Thank you,
though.
Jenna.
Plan B
Jenna
is solid.
loves me. Fuck all you. Jenna loves me.
I do.
Jenna loves me.
Yeah, but she hasn't dated you, Jen.
That's why
The
she's
nickname
still
Little
loves me.
Hitler is named for his mustache, probably. Little Tickler or My Little Friend.
That's why she still loves me, Jim, because she hasn't.
Very true.
I remember buying a little tickler in a men's bathroom at a rest area in 1984.
I think that's
I
something-
have a
that's
little
something
tickler in
different.
this
Yeah.
one behind me.
One of those coin-operated bathroom.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
have coin-operated boy in my
I
head.
actually just wanted the lotion.
I love that song.
Right. Finally, I got one, and it was not one of my better answers. God damn it!
I think it was your best answer so far.
Yeah, it really was.
That was
No,
this was
the
my-
And
first
everybody
one was
else
better.
agrees.
Stop being
It-
so
Brittany
impressed
bitch
with
was
yourself,
better.
and you'd end up with a realistic assessment.
This was the one that took me the longest at the end, where I was like, I don't
So
even
me
know
too.
what
I was
to
like,
say.
"Fuck! What do I even put here?"
Sorry, I'm not up on
Oh,
Hitler
and I slipped to second
naming.
place. Johnny P taken first.
Damn.
Johnny really coming
Go,
in there.
little Johnny.
Right.
Now we all get the same question on this one.
Yeah,
Ow,
no,
fuck me.
don't
Yeah.
pick the funniest one because
I'm one of those come from behind kind of guys.
That's what we heard about you, Johnny.
That's what also what Hitler called his mustache, weirdly.
What?
Come up with a hot new website with this word in its name, balls.
I hate these ones because I always I spend way too much time thinking about this. Right? Yeah. Everything is everything. It's everything I'm not allowed to say is what's.
How much
coming in my
time
head.
do I? How many? Oh,
30 seconds. It's counting down
For
in
one
the upper
question or
left-hand
two?
corner. One.
one
That's
question.
it.
Okay.
It's just balls. Everyone's got to come up with the same answer. Come up with a new business that fits the word or uses the word.
Mine's definitely a porn site. Mine's definitely a
perfectly
porn
okay.
site.
See, you can't do that because now people who wanted to vote for you will just pick the one.
Oh,
that-
like there's not going to be 3 other ones that are fucking porn sites. Look, it's us.
All
God
right.
damn it. Okay. Exactly.
And I can't read them all. Oh, there we go. Voting for balls. Which one do you like more? Handmadeballsmasks.org, www.ballsarextraneous.co.uk, dragonmyballs.com, twit my slack face ball space,
Whoa.
balls to the wall.
It's dragonmyballz.com. Damn it. Okay.
Dragonmyballc.com. Okay.
Gee, I wonder whose that is.
Yeah, I don't know whose that is. Can't vote for that one. I was going to too.
Asshole.
I know. Oh, and you're voting for more than one. So the first one
Oh,
is your
are
number
we?
one, then your
Yeah,
number
you
two,
vote
then
for-
your number 3.
Oh, okay.
Gold medal, silver, and bronze.
Yep.
You can't vote for yourself.
I didn't know we were doing 3. Usually you only do 1 of that one.
3?
Yes, you're voting 3 times. You were.
Gold, silver, bronze.
I think I did. Nobody say a word.
Oh. Oh, I saw it came in 3rd, but
Damn it.
I can't see the points.
Jim wins. Awful.
Yeah, what do the points say?
It's 3,000 Jen, 2,500 Jim, 2,000 me.
Whoa.
All I got.
Whoa!
this is fucking rigged.
Yay.
How is it the guy that's running? the game
Imagine
doing
that.
Yeah, this seems very rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. The game host is shockingly
Convenient.
winning.
Hey, now Jen
Yeah.
knows.
Convenient.
I don't. That's the first time I've won a game, Chad, and you know it because you've played enough with
Bullshit, Jim. Not every no. Shut up.
me. Whiplash, yes.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
fucking time we play this.
Who was
No.
so? Jim was in 1st. Who was 2nd? And who was 3rd?
It
Second.
Johnny was
show-
2nd.
Second was Johnny. Third was Jen. Fourth was me.
All right.
Fifth
Right.
was Matt. Sixth was Jenna.
And the only reason I didn't come in last place is because Jenna didn't get to play in the 1st round.
Yep.
Might have
Pretty
been it.
I got 0 votes on a couple.
I was going to come in last, and Jenna had to go and screw that up by not playing in the 1st round. That's just not even fair.
That's just what I do.
Okay, and looks with the same players, we're going to play another game.
All right.
A change to what I thought. So hold on just a second, folks. While we get that up, we have to join the game ourselves first, and then we can put that up for
Yes.
everyone else.
Okay.
Waiting on some folks.
See, now my cat is deciding to make an appearance. So,
Well, your cat's
I
still
locked
anyway.
all mine out.
hi,
Oh, look at that.
what are you doing?
Can somebody type the code in the message because
Yeah.
it's just black.
I don't have it.
Yeah. Mark.
Yeah, it's still.
Okay. He just typed the code in.
Oh, we're just waiting. Okay, that's fine.
Oops.
Sorry.
Yep.
Oh,
Did
okay.
I say the code out loud?
That wasn't
No,
it.
don't do
That
that.
wasn't it.
That did not work.
That was not it, Mark.
Nope. Like,
It was
I was gonna say that.
4
Say
letters
that.
like that make no sense.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's a troubling word, room code. Anyway. Nope,
Whoa.
No, that's not it.
right?
either.
I was like, whoa,
Not, that didn't
whoa.
work either.
No, what the
Mark's
fuck? I
just
didn't work.
messing with us.
Mark, what's going on?
Mark.
Apparently, his fingers
Sorry,
are having
Mark is
trouble
typing
typing.
stuff in
Just
the,
fucking
in
with
the
us.
chat. That's why we're laughing.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm. Here we go. All right.
All right.
Am I looking at the wrong chat?
Now,
Okay, there we
No.
yeah, it's
All
the
right.
last one I just sent.
No, it's invalid. That was
The very
invalid.
last. It's the very last one. It worked.
The
go. Okay,
very
it's the last
last
one. Okay, we got it.
I
we
know, I
got
did
it.
that one.
All right. Mine says sit back and relax.
The last one.
So does mine.
Yeah, it should
same
end
here.
with an.
Ah,
Yeah. Relaxing.
I don't know how far back Matt has. Matt and I have like the same
I'm
chairs.
relaxing
I don't
too.
know how far back we're going today. How far back are we going?
First,
All
of all,
right.
the code for this game was already primed for jokes.
Yes, it was.
The
Yeah.
first code was less jokey.
Yeah, the first one was like,
Ooh.
Like, let's not use that code and put it up.
no, let's
Yeah.
just do a new game, please.
Oh no, the video got demonetized.
Okay, so Mark said that the first game we played was not any of his. These are the ones that he customized.
Okay.
So,
Oh, now we're taking personal
Heard.
shots at each other. Okay, good to know.
yeah,
Good to know.
now it's personal.
Now we
The fans are gonna find out
Mark-
secrets.
oh,
Oh,
All right.
to go. Oh shit.
send. Why? Okay, there we go. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm so glad some of you aren't in the same room.
Ooh.
Oh, that is so at
I don't
me.
know what that means.
That is so at me, and I fucking know it is, Jim.
Okay.
I have a chart on the wall with how many times I'm gonna beat your ass.
Are we answering the same questions?
We're we each get two questions to answer. Yep.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Notice that I've got the crown because I won. Johnny's laughing too much at himself.
Shit.
What should be the name of Dan's newest rap song? Truth that there is no God hurts, nothing but a D thing. What should be the name of Dan's newest rap song? Truth that there is no God hurts, or nothing but a D thing.
Does Dan have previous rap songs that we were unaware of?
Yeah, he did a rap on Truth Wanted. I think we actually have it as a sound clip at the studio.
Oh no!
Right, and not Eminem.
Oh, nothing but a D thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wins by a landslide.
Why you guys gotta hate Lizzo? Come on.
Right? Exactly. Fuck. I don't know shit.
It's not that the second one's bad. It's just the first one's better.
Exactly. This week, Christians complained about being oppressed by the rapture or Matt's balls.
Oh.
And remember,
what's wrong with y'all? God damn.
.co.uk.
This week, Christians complained about being oppressed by the rapture or Matt's
It's the
balls.
weight. It's the weight mostly.
Oh, I have this really weird mental image now that I didn't want to be there. Damn it.
They're dense.
Oh. By
They're
a
very
landslide,
dense.
I win.
Not the size, it's the
By
density.
the way, if Jim ends up winning this, I should share since they're my balls. I should get half credit for that.
So
get an
JC in the
assist.
chat just said trick question. They're both correct. Hilarious.
Matt wakes up one day to find that he actually is a brain in a vat. What's the first thing he says? Sigh! No, I'm done.
I
Matt
can't
wakes up
pick
one
one
day
of
to
these.
find that he actually is a brain in a vat. What's the first thing he says? Sigh! Or no, I'm done.
I don't know what to pick. Okay. This one's hard.
It is hard. I think they're both
Fuck,
hard.
that was hard.
Oh.
Exactly. See?
Seems like the audience really liked no, I'm done now.
Seems like the audience like, yeah.
The question is, what would I say? And I gave the answer that lost. So you're
Yeah, we're technically all wrong. Give yourself an orgasm, or better yet, slap Ken Ham or find Jenna boy toy.
I'm tired of finding Gen Boy toys.
You only found one.
I work the
Okay?
same way, though. Yeah.
Are you
See,
sure
You only
about
found
that?
one. You found one.
Well, see, the good thing is if you get laid off from finding Jenna Boy Toy, you qualify for that paycheck protection program right now. So,
Except at that point, you're probably a preacher. So,
And it doesn't have to be specifically a boy toy if anyone would like to.
slap
manipulate
Ken
it.
Ham wins.
Wow,
Sorry.
nobody thinks that I should get laid. That's fun.
We like guys enough not to make them your boy toy.
Oh!
No, the boy toys survive. The relationships don't.
Oh,
What
okay.
is the newest
That's the
attraction at Ken Ham's Art Park? Ken Ham's Toilet Cam Extravaganza or a time machine with dino food? What is the newest attraction at Ken Ham's Art Park? Ken Ham's Toilet Cam Extravaganza or time machine with dino food?
That sounds slightly illegal, but I could see him doing it.
I mean, it's Ken Ham, so
Yeah, that's why I was like, but I can't say it's out of the scope of possibilities.
It's exactly the kind of crappy thing he would do.
It is.
get it?
Oh, that was like perfect dad joke.
Yeah, that's very, very much.
You're in late to the joke there, Jen.
I know. Look, it's me. Okay.
How can we get Jenna to go off? Tell her masturbation is wrong or tickle her? How can we get Jenna to go off? Tell her masturbation is wrong or tickle her?
I'm wondering if somebody misread this.
Or intentionally or accidentally. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm coughing like I got the Rona.
I'm going to read it as though I misread it.
If anybody
Digital
ever
road.
wonders,
So
maybe
once
I should go to
again,
the ACA.
Once again, Jenna clearly had the right answer and did not win. So this game is broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a pattern here.
It's almost like Kent Hovind put
Maybe Jenna read it wrong.
No, don't tickle me.
I think that
Do
right.
Oh, Johnny takes the lead.
Like she leaned into the camera and was like, "Don't tickle me," and I'm like, "That will never happen. I promise."
You know what?
Yeah, never ever.
No, ever.
Here we go again.
Ah.
All right, I phoned this one in.
Wow, you never do that.
Yeah, I was drawing a blank.
Yeah, and if anyone ever wonders, why should I visit the ACA? Because this is the kind of shit we talk about whenever anybody's there.
Pretty much.
Why is my child eerily quiet? That's scaring me now.
And the rest of us are glad we're nowhere near your house.
No.
Trap.
I'm like, do I smell flames? Do I hear anything dropping? No, we're good.
No. You are. Which one do you like more? Torturously interfering, being up on.
I have to.
Cautiously interfering.
Oh my!
Torturously.
Thank you, Nick.
Sorry.
Tortiously interfering?
That almost sounds like a lawyer said that one.
Yeah. I knew it was you.
By a landslide.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Anybody
Nick!
deserves a vote, so I vote.
Oh god.
Oh, that's not fair. He had an inside edge. That is totally not fair.
Yeah, the audience liked the other one though, so get over it.
We are to avoid touching our faces. What is a safe alternative to the face palm? The boob shake? Head, mask, desk, groan. We are to avoid touching our faces. What is a safe alternative to the face palm? The boob shake? Head, mask, desk, groan.
So it said the boob shake, and then someone in the chat goes, "He is risen." And I'm like,
oh, and the boob shake wins by
yeah.
a
And the boob shake is an
landslide.
actual thing that happens when I'm on
Yeah.
Colin shows. I get irritated and I go like that,
so
and I'm like,
Would more people prefer Jen's boob shake or my head desk?
Boob shake. What is Don Baker's latest photos of Christianity titled "The Pope Can't Get Erect" or "Hell Over High Water"?
now y'all know which one I'm going for.
Now, which one's funnier, or which one would Dan actually write? Is the question.
Don actually right.
Don,
That's
yeah.
the question. That's the hard part. That's like,
Yeah.
Do.
And the winner is
Oh,
by a landslide.
Yep.
I'm really good at not getting votes.
Jim's known Don a long time.
Oh. Where do love rings come from?
Oh,
An empty
I'm
cave
so
a few days later, or Jared's? Where do love rings come from? An empty cave a few
Are
days
we
later?
talking about the funny answer or what I require from my exes? Which one?
I don't know that Jared's makes those kind of rings, Jen.
Green
Not
love
with that
rings
kind of
on the
attitude.
Atheist podcast.
Not if
Jared,
you have that.
any ring if you ask them.
Yeah. How much money you got?
The audience was evenly split, but it still gives it to Nick.
Yes, because
We need to invite Nick to our next game night. He's really good at that.
Shit internet apologists say, consider my banana or look at the trees.
Wow.
Yeah. Shit internet apologists say, consider my banana or look at the trees.
Oh, it's a tie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Not bad.
You
Yes,
and
I
Nick
phoned
have
that one
virtually
in.
the same cat.
The same cat.
We virtually have the same cat. Yours is long. Yours has the longer fur than mine.
The official name of the Pope's underwear,
83
stationary
cats.
cross or holy ball sack? The official name of the Pope's underwear, stationary
I was
cross
like, you
or
fuck,
holy
did you
ball
steal
sack?
Fred? Our chat is on fire. Consider my banana if you talk to the internet apologist from the singles group meat market. We should have gotten these people playing. Holy shit.
And the winner
Tie again.
Tied up.
with holy
Hey, I
ball
got
sack by a landslide. Well
With the
done,
audience.
Jenna.
Nice, Jenna.
It was split.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
so
the
the
audience, you got
vote.
audience vote.
Players split,
Mhm.
but the audience
Oh.
won. Pushed you over the edge on that one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, I move into the lead with Jen running to second, followed by
Oh.
Johnny. Round 3. Everybody's going to get the same prompt. And we're all
I'm gonna be
going.
really funny or I'm out of this.
Gotta get good, Matt. Pretend somebody's talking to you about slavery in the Bible,
Complete
and
the
then answer
comic.
question.
Oh.
I
I
can't
can't see that.
I can't see
Yeah.
the comic.
Can't
The
see
quote
it.
says, "Any message."
What's happening?
Oh
It
no.
says, "Any message from my family on Earth."
Any message. That's what he's
Huh?
saying.
Yeah, it's saying, "Any message from my family on Earth?" Question mark.
Any message from my family on Earth?
Oh, what does the message say?
It's the other side.
And who are those
What does
people?
his message say? He's in a spacesuit. He's
Yeah,
in a
he's in a
spacesuit.
spacesuit.
We're all like,
Yep.
I got nothing.
I almost literally just typed funniest answer.
Oh man,
All right, here we go.
it cut me off.
Which one do you like
What'd you take
more?
one?
Your stellar Lord Zeno of the Galactic Empire says hello. Shit boy, get out of the bathroom. Flush your heart. Or is there a teapot circling Jupiter? Oh, and I don't get to. So remember, you're answering 3 times: gold, silver,
Oh, that's
and
right.
bronze.
how much space is there? What the fuck, Jim? I already know which one is yours. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd only see 5. I don't see my own, so I can't read it. So hopefully everyone else can. I apologize
Oh, shit.
for not
I
reading
already
that
know
one as
which
well.
one is fucking yours. Okay, fuck off.
You're fun to pick on, Jen. What
I
can say?
know. Only
Plus, you can't slap him or anything. You're stuck in a house.
I
and-
know, and that's why he's doing it, because he knows I would be just
Yeah.
throwing random shit at his head right now.
Pretty much.
Mhm. Don't think I'm not keeping the tally on the wall of how much shit I have to throw at you.
Well, see, now I have to give you so many that you lose count because there's too many to count.
Well, that depends on how many bottles of wine I am in.
Yes, last
Yeah.
place.
Like-
That means I don't ever have to play this again.
we're dragging you to every game night from now on, Matt.
Yeah, pretty
Matt,
much.
I'm
Matt.
with you. I'm not doing too hot.
Oh, I slipped to 5th with Nick Fish
Wait,
as the
what?
winner.
Oh, I got booted.
Oh.
Yeah. Came from behind. Again.
Okay,
Oh,
I should
yeah.
know because the best answer ever was Matt's balls.
Yeah.
What was the winner answer?
It was tied between the Lord Xenu one, which was mine, and it was is there a teapot circling Jupiter, and the Lord Xenu one were the two that
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, I liked Ship Boy Get Off the I liked the Ship Boy.
That was one of my favorites.
I like that one.
Yeah, definitely. So we should now be setting up for the second group.
Yep, the second group is coming on next. Who do we have in the second group? Anybody know?
Thanks, everybody, for playing. What's actually going to happen next is I'm going to sit down with Vice President of American Atheists, Alison Gill, and we're going to visit for a few minutes while everybody gets set up for the second round with all different players. And then there'll be another interview and then a third one. Alison, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Stir crazy.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
Yes,
The delay, it's a little bit delayed watching this on the screen, so it's like in slow motion.
Yes. And I'm slowly losing my mind, so I'm glad you're here to address all of the things. Now, Nick and I got to talk about, how and why the decision was made to postpone the American Atheist Convention and potentially what's coming up. But you are not only Vice President of American Atheists, but you are our lead counsel and are focused on all of the law stuff. So I'm going to mostly shut up and just let you tell us all the cool stuff that's actually going on now. But I wanted to ask because I got this question the other day in my Twitch stream. There are exceptions being made to the shelter in place and stay at home things for churches and church services, specifically tomorrow. And some people have just been violating them anyway, going to church and claiming they're safe because they're washed in the blood of Jesus. What anything can people do or should we do?
Sure, that's a great question. So we actually put together an action alert so people can go to our website and take action on. It sends a letter to your governor urging them to not allow religious exemptions for if they have a limited gathering order. So if they restrict the size of gatherings, we say basically, please do not allow religious exemptions. Now, only about half the states do have religious exemptions, and that's sort of been fluctuating as there's a few court battles on these issues. But about the other half of the states, if they have orders, they do not have religious exceptions in the orders. So it's about 50-50 right now. But either way, you can take action because the letter is different depending on what state you're in. So if you have an exception, it urges the governor to rescind it. And if you don't have an exception, it urges the governor not to put one in place. So we recommend going to the website and doing that.
So, and that's available at atheists.org.
That's right. Yes. Go to the Action Center and it should just pop up for you.
What other things are you working on during this quarantine, stay at home, stir crazy? Holy crap, I didn't know I could hate being home alone so much time.
I have to tell you, I worked from home as a consultant for like a year and a half, so I don't mind at all. It's fine. It's fine with me. But I think there's two major things I want to talk about. The first is a big project we're about to announce that's coming out next month, and that's the first report from the U.S. Secular Survey. So folks may remember the U.S. Secular Survey. It was a national survey of non-religious people. They had about 34,000 respondents, which was way more than we expected and just an amazing turnout. Well, we're about to publish a report from it. So it's going to come out, I think, the first week in May. And it's pretty exciting. I've been looking at the data, working on it quite a lot, trying to get everything in shape so that it just turned out exceptionally well. And I think people are going to be really impressed to learn not only more about it's like the first time we're really focusing on our community, on non-religious people, and seeing what their needs are, what they think about various different issues, how they interact in local communities, and also where they might face discrimination and stigma in our society. And one thing I just found really marked was if you look at the areas of the country that are more religious, right? That's where non-religious people face a much, much higher rate of both stigmatization and discrimination. So in areas, I grew up in New Jersey. It's not very religious. There was not much stigmatization. You live in Texas. It's a very different state. And so a lot of people know that, and it's anecdotal. But now we're actually going to have evidence that shows it and the degree of difference, which is really, I think, helpful and fascinating.
Now, in a survey like this where people, and I remember taking this, and it's putting together surveys that are, you're always going to find something that's problematic because you've got a sample size or a sample group that may not necessarily be representative. But in this case, we just went out and said, hey, if you're a secular person, fill this out. So it's kind of self-selected. But I remember, questions of like, how often has this happened to you? Or how often have you felt that way? And going through the reporting that takes place from individuals saying, yes, I dealt with this. Was there anything that surprised you that you were expecting a much bigger response and got a lower one, or a low response and got a bigger one, without giving away all the results, obviously?
Well, one thing I was excited about was that we had about a third of people that took the survey took the time to answer one or both of the qualitative questions at the end of the survey. So we had sort of an open area at the end where people could write in responses to questions we asked that were not sort of, filling in bubbles. They were like, hey, tell us about this. Mm-hmm. And we had a third of people do that, which is just a tremendously high response rate, right? And we really appreciate that. It's going to really be helpful. And throughout the report, we put quotes from people and the responses to sort of flavor and give a context for what we're talking about during the report. And I really think it adds a lot to the report. So that was really impressive. And I think we're going to be able to use that data for years to come. Second, there was a few other areas I thought were interesting. One was, I'm hearing a lot of background noise.
Yeah, we're getting all the background noise.
Like crashing and breaking. Okay, cool. So another one was
somebody's breaking stuff.
Yeah, the percentage of, we asked people what their policy priorities are, and the one that was clear in a way, the most important key issue that they think secular groups should work on was maintaining secular public schools. And I thought that was interesting. We didn't really know what to expect there, but that was, out of all the issues we put forward, that was the one that a majority of people felt strongest about. So that was interesting. What are some other areas? I was surprised by the degree of difference we saw in discrimination in religious areas of the country versus non-religious areas of the country. Like, for example, we saw discrimination in employment was literally 3 times higher in more religious areas. So people had 3 times as many discrimination incidents in employment compared to the more non-religious areas. And that's just one example. But that was really, I expected it to be higher. I didn't expect it to be that much higher.
Yeah, I remember filling out and you probably were able to identify my qualitative answer at the end, because I know that I put in there, without saying who I was, essentially, hey, my answers may not be representative of other people because of me being a public vocal atheist with a show type of thing. And I wanted to make sure I included that in there so that maybe at some point I can find out how typical or atypical my actual experience is, because I don't, there are questions about, like, are you out, or are you fearful about the consequences of coming out and things like that? And for someone like me, I don't know how to answer those because it's already been done in a big way.
No, that's true. And, if you can recall your answers, you can compare to what you can see. You'll be able to see what all the medians are and all the answers are from the respondents in the report. I mean, we can't obviously, it's a confidential survey, so we were not able to go back and track who said what or anything like that. We didn't retain any information for people that took the report. So even if you did say, this is Matt Dillahunty in the open-end comments, we can't associate that with any of the data. I mean, not easily. I'm sure our researchers can somehow, but we can't.
So yeah, go ahead.
I'm happy to keep talking about this, or I can tell you about the other major thing I was going to talk about.
Go for it. I am interested to find out what else is going on, because despite the fact that I have more time on my hands than ever, I feel more out of the loop and disconnected than ever.
Yeah, that's fair. It's actually been an incredibly busy time in the world of advocacy and policy. One thing that we're very concerned about is that the administration and Congress has used this time to put forward a stimulus package, the CARES Act, that has money going to small businesses to pay for paycheck protection, is what it's called. So encourage small businesses to keep people employed, which is great in theory. However, they did not put in an exception for religious uses. So basically right now, under the new rules the Small Business Administration has put forward, they will be paying churches for clergy salaries, for rental, for church spaces, for church utility buildings, utilities like water and electricity. All of those things are religious purposes. They're not constitutional. And so that's really a problem. And we've been really sort of ringing the alarm bell on this, trying to raise attention to it. We've done a series of action orders on that matter. And right now we're encouraging Congress in the next edition of the bill, when they're putting more money towards this program, they're debating putting $250 billion more dollars into the program, to please put some restrictions so that this money is not used for unconstitutional purposes. So that's one major thing we're working on. We're also going to be focusing on comments to the Small Business Administration, but that's going to be probably starting next week.
Yeah, this brings up something that we've ended up talking about quite a lot over the years. I'm a big fan of tax the churches. As a matter of fact, I came up with a sort of plan to move forward on that, because if you take a look at the First Amendment, with Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, etc. If churches have to apply for a tax exempt status, like we saw this with the Buddhist temple here in Austin, that they had to jump through some hoops to be considered a church. That means that the government is now in the position of saying, you're a church, you're not a church. You're a church, you're not a church. And that, to me, may be an avenue to kind of address this thing about whether or not we tax churches. Because, as has been said by many other people, it's not like the fire department arrives at a church slower, even though they're not contributing to the system that protects them. Now, in a time like this, and I don't want to leverage or politicize a global pandemic, but if the relief efforts are going to churches, how do they even qualify as a small business? And is there something about declaring them a small business that is in conflict with their nonprofit status?
Well, the program in question gives money not just to small businesses, but also to nonprofits. So in that sense, it's not really a conflict, because churches have been considered nonprofits for a while. Now, churches, I want to just argue with one point here. Churches, unlike other nonprofits, don't actually have to register as nonprofits. They have an automatic qualification. So they basically, they don't have to jump through all those hoops. They don't have to submit an application. They are allowed to. They don't have to. And so they have a lot more flexibility than other nonprofits and don't have as much oversight. They don't have to file an annual, 990 form like other nonprofits. So there's much less government accountability. But I don't think it's like a small business concern, because they're giving it to other nonprofits as well.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware that there was both distinctions in there. It makes me wonder, though, if my view on this has always been, let's tax the churches, and it's not like a let's tax them into oblivion thing. It's let's make everyone play on the same playing field, where as someone who's running a secular nonprofit organization, we have to apply and show that we qualify. Whereas you can start up the 93rd Baptist Church of Austin, and it's just like an automatic because Baptist is in their name. And so is there any realistic path forward to get churches to play on an even playing field with all other nonprofits, to open their books, to show that they are doing something that is in the public interest that would warrant a tax-free status, and to perhaps separate out the religious aspect from their charitable aspect?
Well, the answer is probably not under current law. I think we'd have to make changes to the law through Congress. And so it'd be an advocacy matter. And I don't know how much appetite there would be for that currently. I feel like this is overstepping by the churches to have access to all this money, which is intended for businesses, and to do so, regardless of constitutional consequences, regardless of any government oversight or accountability. And there's other exceptions I haven't even mentioned, but they actually have preferential access compared to businesses and nonprofits in some ways. I think that overstepping, I've been paying attention to this in the media, and I just see everybody, all these commenters and people thinking, well, we should really be taxing churches, shouldn't we? So maybe that will open up political opportunity. I can't say for sure. I do think it is a challenging situation, and we're going to definitely need change by Congress. Now, and then we need the courts to not sort of strike down whatever change is made, which is a real risk right now.
Yeah. So on that note, Nick and I were talking about the town hall that's coming up in a couple of weeks, which is still in its planning stages. And we're reminding people that next year's convention is actually this year's convention. We didn't cancel anything. We postponed so that we could all be in Phoenix next year. And with a whole nother year to plan both this one, we're now a year ahead on everything because we already know what's going to happen 2022. And so with all this extra time on our hands, surely the Phoenix convention is just going to be the most awesome thing ever. What are you most looking forward to next year in Phoenix, assuming we're out of quarantine?
Yes, I hope so. Well, just seeing everybody. I mean, this year feels so lonely all of a sudden. I was really looking for, I enjoy the convention every year. I think it's an amazing time. And I guess it'll be 2 years since I've seen all of our constituents, and just being able to, I don't know, see what's going on in their lives and how things are going, and what they're doing locally. I really enjoy speaking with local advocates to hear about their work and how we can support it. But I do, it'd be really great to hear about what's going on, especially since we're going to Phoenix, because they have such amazing groups in Arizona and in Phoenix, and they do such great work. I'm really looking forward to meet Tori in person, for example, and other folks.
Yeah, it's, I try to go to the American Atheist Convention every year, and I'm on the board, so there's a board meeting associated with it as well. For a while, there were just tons and tons of conventions, and it put people perhaps in a kind of awkward situation of how many conventions am I going to go to, and what's this? But I know people who will go to conventions, and well, I probably shouldn't say this. There are a handful of people who will go to a convention and not actually be a registered attendant at the convention because they can hang out in the hotel lobby and interact with a bunch of other secular people. And in some cases, it's just a matter of, being cost efficient. In other cases, that's what people enjoy the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, granted, I'm not organizing any conventions and I'm not setting any schedules. But I think if I had like my ideal convention, it's got to be very difficult to figure out how much content and talks do you put in there versus how much downtime do you put for people to interact with each other? Because your first answer was looking forward to seeing everybody again. That's my first answer.
Right.
It's never been, granted, I love watching, the talks and seeing the people on stage and everything else. But it's like, if somebody said, hey, why are you going to the American Atheist Convention? And their answer was, I want to see Matt Dillahunty get up and say something. I'd be like, you're missing out on what the convention's really all about.
Right,
and,
right.
So it's nice to hear from you and from others how much we're looking forward to the social aspect. Let's get together. Let's see the people that we haven't seen in a year or two in this case. And I love the idea of connecting people. We're going to Phoenix. We're going to work with local organizations there. How many people wind up finding at a convention, they meet somebody and they're neighbors or they're really close and they had no idea that they could have been working together towards stuff? That to me is one of the strongest things that we can do.
I agree. When it came to Oklahoma, for example, I think we had like 400 people sign up like the day of, just walk in without registering. And that was, I think, one of the bigger ones like that. I mean, that's definitely the case. People come and they didn't even, maybe never heard about this before, or didn't know that these people were coming to town, or did not know this group was atheists, and they can definitely meet a lot of people that way.
All right. I think on that note, because I heard some people in the background, and I'm waiting to get an answer here, but we've been at this for like 17 minutes or so.
Okay.
I'm supposed to drop off, and that
you're not going to play with us.
I played the first round and got my ass kicked. Like I lost better than I could have planned.
Okay.
So I'm going to drop off of Rendezvous. You're going to jump in and you'll be playing. I'm going to turn it over to Jim Barrows, who's our game manager, and you're going to be in there with Eric Murphy and V and Objectively Dan and Rachel, and y'all kick ass and take names. And I'll be back to talk to Samantha McGuire after this round's over, before the final.
Great. Well, great to speak with you.
All right. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Hello.
We got a little bit of echo here going. We'll give Mark
Yeah,
a
we do.
chance to fix that.
Yeah, I think we're doing bit echo.
And in the meantime, starting in the upper left-hand corner and going clockwise, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I think I'm in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. Hey, I'm Eric Murphy. I'm one of the hosts of Talk Heathen. You can see my co-host on the far other side. Let me see if I can get that way. Over there, that's me. Talk Heathen has been the younger sister show of the Atheist Experience for a little over 2 years. I am excited to be here, excited to kick some butt. Hey, everybody, how we doing? Woo.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
Love the enthusiasm.
problems over here, I think.
And going clockwise. That'd be UV.
Oh, clockwise. That's the boost talking right there. Hi, everybody. I'm V. I am another host of Talk Heathen. I also help host Secular Sexuality and Godless Bitches, along with my two co-hosts who were on the last round and did awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited to play some Quiplash. I don't want to say I'm really good at it, but I'm kind of good at it. So we'll see if I continue to be good at it tonight or eat my words.
All right. And then Dan?
Yep, I'm Objectively Dan. I am the one and only host of the ACA's own Truth Wanted. You guys might as well just place that order for the t-shirt as an extra large, because I plan on winning tonight, and it's going to happen. So let's go.
All right, Alison.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alison Gill. I'm Vice President of American Atheists for Legal and Policy, and I've never played Quiplash before. I've never seen Quiplash played before, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So clearly I'm going to win.
Okay. I'll explain the game here in just a second. And Rachel, are you still with us? Rachel appears to have dropped off.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Rachel is
it's
on
Easter weekend, so there's a possibility of a resurrection. We might have to wait a few days, though.
Dan, you're on your feet. All right.
All right. And so Rachel is on Atheist Vanguard, which is where I got started. And we're still kind of like to get the echo solved before we go to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Eric, what have you been up to?
Sheltering in place, which I think we can all agree is just way, way, way boring. But I've been working on actually personal projects, a separate YouTube channel and a podcast. Other than that, trying to find work because this whole COVID-19 thing is found me without a job. So I'm just keeping busy, man, hustling. That's all.
Okay. Alison, if you could go to jackbox.tv and then in the chat window that we have open, the code has been given by Mark to go ahead and get in, if you could do that. So you're going to watch for the prompts and stuff coming up on your Rendezvous screen, and then you're going to be playing on the Jackbox.tv.
Did we lose Jim?
I'm sorry. The code is... Oh, there it is.
The code is in the chat.
I see it now.
Okay. Okay, for those of you who haven't played before, this is the way the game works. We're going to play 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds are played exactly the same way. You're going to be given 2 prompts. You're going to put the thing that you think everyone is going to like the most, which so far has been funny and lots of innuendo. And then after everyone has answered.
So who
those
won
two-
last round?
So we played 2 games last time. I won the first one, and Rick Fish won the second one. So, and then the audience and the players will all
Can't
get
hear
to
Jim.
vote.
Can anyone else hear Jim? It's just me.
We can hear him just fine.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
him.
And so the audience and the players will all get to vote. The person with the highest percentage of voting will win that round for the first 2 rounds. The third and final round, everybody will get the exact same prompt. Everybody will provide an answer, and then we again vote. Highest percentage overall wins. And then so when you are reading your prompts, with the exception of the third one, don't read them out loud so nobody knows what you got, because not everybody is going to get the same 2 prompts on the first 2 rounds. And it will be head-to-head competition. So you and one other person.
So not to be super awkward or anything, but Alison, I've been fangirling over you since I heard you talk at the last American Atheists. So I'm very trying to keep cool right about now, because what you do is pretty awesome.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. It's really great to hear. We should connect offline sometime.
Definitely.
Sorry, Jim.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So are we ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go. And for those of you who are in the audience, if you go to Jackbox TV yourself, you can type in that code in the upper right-hand corner, Mike Golf Kilo Quebec, and you can vote as well.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's do it.
All right, it's time. So now on the other screen where you open up Jackbox.tv, you'll be answering the first 2 questions. Audience can play along as well. What really happened to Amelia Earhart is the audience's prompt. You guys are playing. Don't read that one. Don't answer that one. You've got it on your own Jackbox.tv screen. Rona, Jonestown. Social distancing. She was raptured. Jesus saved. Okay. Right, and this is a regular Quiplash game. These are not the custom Quiplash questions that Mark has prepared. We got 39 seconds. Oh, 36 people in the audience. The 10s got her. She flew to heaven. Oh, Rachel's in first.
All right. It's so good to see you guys. It has been rough. I don't know about y'all, but man, this is good. I like this. We've got 100 people in the live chat too.
Wow. Hey, everyone.
A good name for a fictional town in Australia. Darby or Poisonous Didgeridoo. A good name for a fictional town in Australia. Darby or Poisonous Didgeridoo. So pick your favorite one. Players get to vote too. Audience gets to vote. Everybody gets to vote except the 2 people who answered the question. They do not get to vote on their own prompts. Oh, Rachel came up with the Barbie,
Nice.
and Poisonous Didgeridoo came up with Dan, and the Barbie wins.
My cat wants to play, obviously.
What Abe Lincoln probably called having sex. A log cabin address, or and Alison wins by default since Rachel must have popped in twice. A bad way to start your valedictorian speech would be, ladies and gentlemen, I, blank. Don't even go here. Have an erection.
Those are both really good.
Oh. Rachel's having technical difficulties, but she's playing along. Hopefully she'll be back with us on video here shortly.
I like Kathy in the live chat says this is like the Atheist Brady Bunch.
we have noticed that. And don't even go here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even go here.
Yeah, the most players voted for V's, but the audience pulled the tide on that one. The first place to hide the counterintelligence documents: Matt's Boxers, Trump's White House. The worst place to hide counterintelligence documents: Matt's Boxers or Trump's White House.
One of these is a little bit more secure than the other.
It all depends on who you don't want to read them. And folks, this is really, really tan. Last group was much more entertaining, so come on, we can do better.
Oh wow, we're being shamed into being entertaining. Alison.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump's White House wins by a landslide. Now, if you don't want them read by Trump, put them in the White House because he doesn't read anything. So, the name of a clothing store for jockeys: Eric's Place or Hurdles? The name of a clothing store for jockeys: Eric's Place or Hurdles? All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting some funny stuff out there.
All right. Okay. I see what's going on. All right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, you know what's up. Yeah.
Oh, 2-1 on the players, but the audience swings it.
Oh, yeah.
Hurdles.
Man, audience not on my side today. Come on.
No. Sometimes those inside jokes don't work so well. What not to say a date while you're on a paddle boat? That Mexican food was great or no answer? Oh, and Eric wins by default.
Hey-o.
Now, for those of you wondering, Rachel actually entered twice. She was playing as Rachel 2. Rachel 1 is a dead account for her. So,
got it.
And in the lead after the first round is Alison, followed by Eric Murphy. Well done.
Okay.
Now, folks, come on. You can get. We got to
because I
dial up
won
the
that
funny.
one unfairly because Rachel's not here. So
That's okay. Right? Your answer's on your device? Now, audience, play along. Go ahead. You're answering on the Quiplash. 2 more prompts. First thing a pig would say if it could talk. And by the way, don't answer that one. You've got a different prompt, and it'll be 2 of them. And audience, you guys can do better too. I have no taste. Come on. We can do better. Those of you just joining, if you want to vote and play along a little bit, in the upper right-hand corner where you see join the audience is the code. You're going to go to jackbox.tv, and then it'll ask you for that code. You'll join as the audience. And you can vote as well. The audience has swung a couple of rounds, so your vote counts.
All right.
Rachel is still having
Don't
technical
mind me, I'm
difficulty,
amusing
but she is
myself.
playing along. That's what we're afraid of. You're supposed to be turning pages with those fingers.
Oh, I'm just drinking, to be honest.
You're just
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh,
The name of an animated movie that stars a surfing cow. Where moon don't shine. Oh, Rachel competing against herself.
Played against Rachel.
The real strategy to this game.
A lion in the Canadian national anthem, probably. RPM is better looking than you. Oh. Those are both
I
of
mean-
Rachel's dead
It's
accounts.
not wrong.
No, it's not. Something that would be terrifying to notice in the background of a selfie.
Winning by
thing from the
forfeit's no
ring.
fun, though.
Dan's looming frame. Something that would be terrifying to notice in the
I think it would
background.
be rather pleasant
of
to
a
notice me in the
selfie.
background, but
Dan's
all
looming
right.
frame or the thing from the ring.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you could double a Slender Man, Dan, but I'm just saying that if you're looking for work,
I'm not slender enough to be doubling for Slender
You
Man.
are
That's
so
the problem.
you are so tall, man. My goodness.
And
I had to
oh,
vote for
the
myself.
players vote for Dan's looming frame, and so does the audience.
Audio file says Dan's always watching.
Oh, and it was a landslide victory for Eric.
Out of frame the whole time now.
A good taunt to yell at the zoo elephants. There is no God. Don't yell at elephants. A good taunt to yell at the zoo elephants. There is no God. Don't yell at elephants. Okay, folks.
I like the upset nature of that second one. That is just, yeah.
Yeah, don't yell at elephants. Yes.
Right?
See, we got 32 people, 35 people voting in the audience right now.
But we have 98 people watching. What the hell, guys? Come on, hop in, join us.
Yeah, join, have some fun. Oh, and the players all vote for Don't Yell at Elephants, and so does the audience.
Look at the landslide. Look at that.
Rachel gets the sympathy vote.
They go through enough, you guys.
A poor follow-up to the X-rated classic Debbie Does Dallas would be Debbie Does Dan. Did Dallas, it is now done.
I mean,
a
I'm
poor
gonna go
follow-up
with
to the
Dan.
X-rated
I'm not
classic.
even gonna lie.
Debbie Does Dallas would be Debbie Does Dan.
Yes.
Or Dallas.
Yes. Absolutely.
Any guesses
Dan,
on
I'll find you, Debbie.
who did Does Dan?
Who did Does Dan? Hey, guess what? It was me.
Oh, Dan
got him.
He did it himself. And the audience likes that one by a landslide.
Good man.
Well done, Dan.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations. You
See, I
played
told
yourself.
you guys, innuendo and funny is the way to go.
Okay.
What are chicken nuggets really made out of? Ronald McDonald's testicles, Kenneth Copeland's discarded face parts.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
fuck.
my. I do not envy the players the answer to this question, nor do I envy the audience. This is going to be tough. For those of you who are watching and just watching in the chat, go ahead and join in. Go to jackbox.tv, type in the code you see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Ronald McDonald's testicles or
I
Kenneth
think I
Copeland's
honestly
discarded face
prefer
parts?
Ronald McDonald to the other answer. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh, the audience does not agree.
See that, Dan? See that?
Yeah.
Just barely. Just barely.
And round two says, with Alison in the lead, followed by Eric Murphy, ends
There
up
we go.
with V taking
Yeah.
over, leaving Eric
Wow.
Murphy
Yeah.
in
Coming
place. Well done,
Okay.
V.
Okay.
All right, last
Okay.
one. Everyone is going to get the exact same prompt. And everyone's going to provide the answer, and we're all going you're all going toe to toe.
Ooh.
All right.
Come up with a full name for this acronym, SHN. Sierra Hotel November. Come up with a full name for that acronym. Remember, you're all going head to head on this one. So don't read out your answer out loud. All right, we got 62 people answering. Rachel's in first with hers. Followed by Alison. Two seconds. One.
No, Dan.
God damn it.
I didn't submit in time.
No, I'm here.
All right.
Me
So
neither.
now everyone is
Oh,
gets all of you get
Mufasa.
3 votes. You get 3 votes: gold, silver,
Oh,
and
they still put
bronze
my
in that
name.
order. Your first vote will be for who you think is the best, the second best, and the third best. So you're voting 3 times.
Oh God, these are all terrible. I feel less bad about not getting a full one in.
Hey,
Should have
speak for
had
yourself.
Nespec, super
Alright.
heroine name, Southern Hospitality Negotia. Stop helping. Send help now because I'm losing badly.
I'm looking at the live chat, and they're just killing it right now. Tons of mice. Super Heathen Night. We've got, let's see, St. Helens Nudists. Stop Hitting Nuns. Single Horny Nuns.
Single horny nuns.
Horny nuns. I like
That's-
that. That wins.
Aren't nuns single by default? I don't know.
They're
I think-
married to Jesus, Dan.
Well,
Right? And here we go.
Sexy
Alison
Heathen
wins.
Network.
What?
Gold.
Damn.
Yes!
Okay. Okay.
Look at that.
I'll take it when I can get it.
Allison. Fucking
All right.
killing it. You're nice.
Nice.
Allison, by the way, so you and I have talked on the phone a couple times, and I've just been like, you know what? That's
Oh, and
that's
Eric takes it.
cool. This is what? Really?
Eric wins. Yep.
Nice. Allison,
Congrats.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck you.
Allison, I met you in person in the elevator at the last American Atheist Convention. You and I talked for all of about 15 seconds, and I squeed so bad as soon as you walked away. I was so excited to meet you. You have no idea.
That's so
Like-
nice. I really appreciate that.
I'm really, really excited to be playing with you. And we've got a tailored game just for us after this, right?
Oh, great.
Yep, this is the tailored game.
I think so.
Well,
Sweet.
I'll see you next year's convention too, then, Eric.
Right.
Right.
All right, I need to pour myself some more drink.
I
Yeah,
actually,
and folks,
go ahead.
we need you to dial it up. We cannot have the audience be funnier than our hosts. And Dan is
believe
ghosting.
Allison's been killing it the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mark, whenever you're ready, you guys are going to go to a different Jackbox, possibly different Jackbox.tv code. And he's just redoing the whole thing. So, yes, like I said, as you guys could see, funny with innuendo. Make fun of your fellow players.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage there because you all know each other.
Oh, feel free to.
You're doing well.
You're doing
Fair.
fine.
Fair.
You're doing better than me.
Okay.
Apparently, most of you are.
I don't see the code in here. Have we received the code yet?
No, not yet.
Not that I can see.
Yeah.
No, not yet. We're still waiting on Mark to do that. He's juggling quite a bit of stuff there in the background. He's pushing the buttons on the game, and then he's also doing all his normal producer stuff, trying to get all of our streams in, all that good stuff.
So while we're waiting, I have a joke. Okay, so there's this moth that goes to this podiatrist, and he says, "Doctor, I've got this these problems with my wife. My kids, they won't relate to me. I hate my job. I'm just depressed. Everything is going wrong in my life." And the podiatrist says, "Well, okay. I mean, I'm really sorry. That's a lot of bad stuff going on. But what do you want me to do? I'm just a podiatrist." And then the moth says, "Oh, I just came in because the lights were on."
Oh no.
Yeah, there's actually a version, on YouTube of Norm Macdonald doing that joke. That he goes on for like 10 minutes, of all the bad things. And at the end, which makes the whole thing much funnier.
That's funny.
And the code is in chat.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on 2 more people. The code is in chat.
In the meantime, I do want to give a couple shout outs really quick because I see that our mods in the live chat are doing an awesome job. I just want to say thank you, best name ever. Thank you, Audiophile. Thank you, Casa Mufasa. Racheletta, thank you so much. You're doing awesome. I saw a couple really, really cool people in here. TARDIS Chick, I'm looking at you. This is hanging out with friends. I love this. We need to do this more often.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So everybody is in.
I'm
Any
down.
questions? Any final challenges before we start?
I will take that crown from you.
Okay.
Mm.
Any more smack talking? Here we
Over
go.
my dead body.
Challenge accepted.
All right, audience members, you can join in. All you got to do is jackbox.tv and type in the code in the upper right-hand corner. And you too can vote for your favorite quip.
All right.
Round 1. All right, folks, let's see if we can do better than last time. Let's get some people falling over laughing.
As the martini kicks in, I'm feeling funnier. I don't know if I am, but okay.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh.
All right,
oh,
use
man.
your devices. Answer. Do not answer the one you see on the screen. The weirdest thing you can buy at the Vatican gift shop. Matt's balls, holy cod piece. Okay, Matt's balls is getting repetitive. Pope on a rope. Your own penis checker. Ah, that's not bad. There we go. Now the audience is getting it. All right. And everyone should be answering themselves. You get two prompts. Answer both of them. And then we'll go head to head. Oh, V's in first.
Giving the people what
Does
they
that mean
want.
she's going to win, or should she have thought about it some more? We'll find out. Here we go. Yep,
right.
and the crown on Eric's indicates that he won last game.
I've never won this game before. I'm really excited about this.
Well, you're in first. This is your game to lose. You just got to keep extending that lead.
Maybe I'm not drunk enough.
That could be.
I'm going to go with that.
I made my
Go. Boom.
I've been pounding nitro spouts. I don't know what's wrong.
All right.
Nice.
Allison, 3, 2,
Oh, wow.
1.
It's closed. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's all on a timer.
I didn't realize.
What's Matt's favorite game? Something Matt's balls, arguing with Cy. What's Matt's favorite game? Something Matt's balls.
That's got to be Matt's least favorite game, honestly. But
arguing with Cy or something Matt's balls.
So I'm torn between picking the funniest one and picking the one I think Eric wrote.
don't let him win.
Damn.
Are you implying that Eric was not funny on this one? Oh. The players voted for Eric, and Eric wins with the audience vote.
Cheers to you.
This is what being an honest interlocutor looks like.
That's right.
The official name of the Pope's underwear. He doesn't wear any under that dress. The Holy Cannolis.
Okay. I'm in.
Sounds a little cream-filled. Audience, come on and join in. I'm going to go to jackbox.tv and type in OAEH at Oscar Alpha Echo Hotel. And you too can vote. Maybe help out your favorite host. Maybe not. Depends. And Alison doesn't wear any of that dress, and Dan with Holy Cannolis. Dan wins.
Wow.
Dan wins by a landslide.
I mean, you got to give it to the whole Cannolis.
Come on, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
When good Christians don't understand something in the Old Testament, they simply add Jesus and white privilege, or my dad could beat up your dad. When good Christians don't understand something in the Old Testament, they simply add Jesus and white privilege, or
These
my
are
dad
both
could
true.
beat up your dad.
These are both true.
Six, 5. Get your votes in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Eric Murphy with My Dad Could Beat Up Your Dad.
God damn
it. Wins.
Me again.
Oh, you're not hearing the end of this tomorrow.
Oh, shit. You're back on
During
talk
quarantine, I spend my time not working. Oh, Rachel wins by default. Allison couldn't come up with a second answer.
I know, not quickly enough. Oh, well.
What is worse than Pascal's wager? Pascal's gambling habit or Pascal's raging boner? What is worse than Pascal's wager, Pascal's gambling habit, or Pascal's raging boner?
Boner is a funny word. You know that?
It is a funny word.
It really is.
It is. But I think mine's better. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, split.
Good job.
24 to 22.
Hat off to you, Dan.
Dan
Thank you.
ekes it out.
Pascal's halitosis, says audiophile.
All right. Eric Murphy was in the lead. Let's see if he holds on to it.
Ooh,
He
what's
dropped
up?
to third.
Nice.
Start from the bottom.
Dan.
Now we're here.
Lead.
Let's go.
Well played.
All right.
Well played.
So 2 prompts you're going to be given. Start answering on your device. The audience gets a better name for the human bladder. Happy sack. Beer holder. Come on, audience. Put some effort. Remember, raunchy and funny usually wins. You're among family. Just because it's all being recorded doesn't mean anything. Down to 30 some odd seconds. You've got 2 of them. Don't waste all your time. Audience is getting, V is first again. Trump cup holder. Ooh, better name for a human bladder. Trump cup holder. Nice. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allison, did you get them both in this time?
No, I couldn't think of a second answer.
Bummer.
Yeah.
How can we get
Sorry.
Jenna to go off? Something Matt's balls. Wait, who's Jenna?
Oh, we love you, Jenna.
Jenna, we all know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get Jenna to go off? Something Matt's balls, or wait, who's Jenna? Someone is phoning it in. Let's see if I guessed right. Yep, it's Eric phoning it in. Wait, who's Jenna?
Good. Alison, I agree with that.
Right.
I don't know. Jenna,
I mean it sincerely, though.
If the earth is flat,
Jenna
what
is
else
one
might
of
be
the
flat?
hosts
The
of
Kalam
Atheist
and
Experience
no-
and Godless Bitches.
Yeah.
That's right.
Goddamn.
What else is flat? The Kalam.
I'll take it.
Matt wakes up one day to find that he actually is a brain in a vat. What's the first thing he says? That doesn't prove God is real, but why though? Matt wakes up one day to find that he's actually.
Anna, which one I'm not picking?
All right. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric versus Dan.
Ooh.
Dan wins the players
Nice.
and wins the audience vote by a lot.
I actually wrote that question originally, and I realized how hard it was to come up with an answer.
Yeah. The name of a conference where internet trolls gather. The Inner Circle of Atheist Basement and the GOP National Conference. Oh, the name of a conference where internet trolls gather is either the Inner Circle of Atheist Basement or the GOP National Conference. Oh, players and audience likes the GOP National Conference.
Do they?
Apparently. By a lot. By a lot. Well done, Dan. This week, Christians complained about being oppressed by welfare checks or 5G. Oh!
It's too real.
Yeah, way too real. We went for real. Welfare checks or 5G is oppressing Christians this week. Which one? You voting for funny or you voting for real? Yeah, the whole 5G thing is absolutely hysterical.
It is. It is.
Rachel and V head to head. Oh,
Dang.
players vote for V and audience does
Finally.
as well. 5G. Yeah. Well done, V. Round 3. Oops. Winners. Dan was in the lead. Let's see if he holds on to it, followed by Rachel.
Oh, ready.
Oh,
Go.
Dan,
Let's
then
do it.
V with Eric a distant third.
Maintain dominance over the competition.
Round 3.
All riding on this.
Everyone's going to get the same prompt.
Let's go. Vodka and Red Bull shall sustain me through this.
I tried a gin and Red Bull before. It did not do well.
Come up with a full name for this acronym. BWP, that is Bravo Whiskey Papa. Come up with a full name for this acronym. BWP. 45 seconds. No pressure. A really good one could still win you the game. "30 seconds. Dan's in first. Let's see. Will that make a difference? What do you thought some more about it? Alison's in second. And we're down to 15 seconds. Eric's thinking. We can see the smoke coming out of his ears. We're down to 5 seconds. Oh, everybody's in. Let's see. Now, remember, you're going to be voting 3 times. Gold, silver, and bronze. Vote for the one is your favorite, your second favorite, and your third. Make sure you vote 3 times. Babies with peanut sauce, big white penis, burning while peeling, boring white Protestant, and Bologna wiener pork roll. Ooh, those are all really, really good. Award your medals for gold, silver, and bronze. Vote 3 times. Babies with peanut sauce, big white penis, boring white Protestant, burning while peeing, and Bologna wiener pork roll.
My God. All right, 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7. Vote, vote, vote. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see who wins. Oh, looks like Alison with the most gold, or maybe V. V. There we go. Oh, it's bronze, silver, gold.
That's an even spread.
Looks pretty even. Eric's in third.
V
wins this round with 2,500.
No.
Let's see what it does to the standing.
What's that?
Damn it.
What's that?
I'm not last. I'm happy.
Dan was in the lead. Oh, Dan flips to second. V takes first. V is the winner. Well done, V. All right.
The holy cannolis is 100% something I'm going to be calling underwear from
Thank
now
you.
on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think that is a good name. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the second round. And so we've got 2 more games coming up with the top 3 from the first set of hosts, and then the second and the top 3 from this game. And then we've got some more cool stuff coming up. Any closing comments, folks?
Yes, Mr.
Well,
Weed
it's great to
Wacky
meet
said
you all.
Blazing Wizard Pope. Yes. Yes, Blazing Wizard Pope.
Blazing Wizard Pope. Nicely done.
Rachel, I just want to say on the way out, Rachel, we absolutely love you. I love you. And the fact that we didn't get to see you on this is a travesty. I can't wait to see you on Talk Heathen. You're freaking amazing. Jim, you did a lot to make this here. V, you're awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. Dan, you know I love you. Allison, holy crap, I'm still fangirling. What you do is incredible. Thank you so much.
Good luck next round, everybody.
Samantha McGuire, although things are a little laggy. Are you there?
Yeah, they are.
How you doing? Oh, and I've got an echo for me.
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. We were supposed to be in Phoenix at the American Atheist Convention, but you are here as American Atheist National Field Director. So why don't you start by telling everybody what a National Field Director is? Good answer.
I am. We're a little bit laggy. We are all supposed to be at the conference, and
Yeah.
I know.
Go ahead. You just talk. Tell us about National Field Director. Tell us about the importance of community and building the local kind of base up.
Yeah. So, as you mentioned before, we're supposed to all be at the convention right now, and a bunch of our folks, our members, our field directors, our state directors, and our volunteers are all very, very sad that they're not in Phoenix right now. So one of the things we're doing is we're having everybody post pictures. So if you guys want to be part of that, we're using the hashtag #MissingAACon right now on Twitter and Facebook. So we can at least see each other virtually, even though we can't see each other in person. And so that's been fun, seeing pictures from past conventions and being able to connect with people in that way. And so it's been different way to do our job right now, forming community. Everybody is online, and that's everywhere across the country, of course, in Zoom and everywhere else. Schools, jobs, everywhere. For me, life isn't much different. This is my office. This is where I work all the time. So I connect with all of our volunteers across the country from here in Southern Maryland and work with them with their communities and their groups, and connecting them with Alison, working on the legislative stuff that she was talking about, and working with our legal teams and all of that good stuff.
So now I know a number of people who've been state directors. How does that position change, and how does it work into the kind of grassroots promotion of local community and cooperating community with American Atheist?
Yeah, so the state director program has been around for a lot of years. It's really taken off in the last few years, since about 2017. My predecessor, Jim Helton, did a lot to get out there and really get people excited about grassroots coordinating for American Atheists in their local community. And so we've been just building on that and moving things forward. Mostly we're looking for people who are interested in being our main point of contact for American Atheists within their local community. And so that could be a bunch of different things, right? You could be very interested in that legislative piece that we were talking about with Alison, going in testifying on particular bills that we're working on in a lot of different states. Or it could be that you are more interested in community service, and so you're out there helping feed the homeless, you are doing canned good drives, you're doing things like that. So whatever it is that you're interested in doing in terms of being involved and building community, we want to meet you there and then help you get the tools that you need to do that.
Yeah, and for people who are interested in either being a state director in areas where we don't have one, or working with state directors, or setting up kind of like a grassroots American Atheist affiliate, because like this year's convention, which has been postponed to next year, is going to be in Phoenix. And in the process of setting up the convention, American Atheist is working closely with the people in the Phoenix community. And as we move forward to other locations in future years, having a state director, having local affiliate groups, having grassroots activists out there to prepare for the convention, but also to do the daily work to address certain things, because American Atheists primarily works at the national level. But there's stuff going on in everybody's community that is problematic, not the least of which is, setting aside legal issues, are we creating spaces for people to land when they come out, when they discover they're an atheist, when they, is there a community ready for them? And so how do people who are interested in helping out and participating get in contact with you and American Atheists, and what are the requirements?
Yeah, so a couple different ways. What we did find, I know that Alison spoke to you about the survey when she was talking to you, and one of the things that we did find in the survey that I was not surprised by, but I'm really glad to see that the data held it up, is that the folks that are coming out as atheists and being discriminated against really are positively affected by finding a community. So the folks that are suffering from discrimination and depression, if they can find a community where they live or online, honestly, then they're much more likely to have those feelings of depression and isolation drop. And I think that that's a pretty obvious, you could assume that, but we now actually have data showing that. So if you wanted to start a group, I mean, obviously, firstly, if you're looking for a group, go to American Atheists website at atheist.org, and there's a map there, and there's a bunch of little pins, and they're all updated with Facebook links and meetup and emails and websites and things like that. So there may be a group. We have 230 affiliate groups, and so there may be a group somewhat near you, and so that would be your first step, to go to our map and check. If there is not one, there is a form there that you can fill out, and that comes directly to, and I can give you some tips and tricks on starting a group in your area. And then if you become one of our affiliates, we offer you a bunch of sort of mentoring opportunities. On the flip side of that, we have our state director program. If you're interested in being more involved in the activism piece, more involved in the atheist community, are willing to be out there publicly as an atheist, as an assistant director or a state director, then you would go to, on that same website, atheist.org, there's a place that says state directors, and you can go, and there's also a form there to fill out and offer your services as volunteering, and you'll be put in touch with me, and we'll have a chit chat about what you're interested in doing, what's really got you fired up, whether, again, what I said, if it's community service, if it's activism, if it's advocacy, whatever the piece is, and then we'll help you get some tools and put some things in your toolkit so that you can go out there and do the thing.
Yeah, and this may be an unfair question. I'm not intending to put you on the spot, but I know that in the entire time I've been working with American Atheists, there are places, there are states that don't have a state director. There are areas where we are missing a community. If you could, like, and you don't have to answer this if you're not ready to, but if you could, like, give a top 3, top 5 of where we really need someone, and for some reason we haven't had enough interest, I think maybe as this goes out, you might get some responses from those areas.
Yeah, so it tends to be, the place that we really need people are the states where we're doing a lot of that state legislative work. You mentioned that we're kind of at the national level, but we're doing a lot of state work on various laws, both opposing and supporting. So we're opposing things like child marriage laws. We're opposing things like female genital mutilation. We're supporting laws like closing vaccine loopholes and medical aid in dying and things like that. And so one of the things that would be excellent for us to find is a person in each state where we're fighting or supporting those things. So for instance, we had a piece of legislation in Idaho, of all places, where we were really interested in working with some of our partner groups like SECUS on sex ed legislation. And we don't have anybody in place in Idaho. We have 2 small groups, one's online, one's a local community, and we don't have a state director. So there was nobody really for us to reach out to. So even if it's just getting involved in one piece of what we do. So if you're willing to go and testify or put your name on testimony, or you're willing to be our person that if we have something we want to put a press release out on, that you could be the contact person for that state. So that's really what would be, have one in every state, of course, but the states where we're really fighting crappy laws are the states that we definitely want to have a person on the ground.
Right. So somebody else came up with this idea years ago, and I keep advocating it. and it has yet to happen. At a national convention like that, where you got people coming from all around the country and all around the world, it was suggested that we should tape out an outline of the United States on the floor and have everybody go stand where they live. So you fill the entire conference floor with a taped outline of the United States, and then, you know, have people go stand where they live. And that way you can see, hey, this person's actually, this that I've been sitting there talking to is on the other side of the country, or they're my next door neighbor. And doing that might also get to be like, holy crap, you're in Idaho? We've been looking for somebody in Idaho. And even if they're not willing to do it, you know, it's not about putting people on the spot. It's kind of a good way to put out feelers to say, you know, oh, no wonder we're having difficulty finding someone in Idaho. There's nobody at the convention from Idaho. You know, what are our next steps? So it's both a kind of a meet and greet and get to know your neighbors and get to know who's far away, but also a way to potentially push some interest in areas where we may be lacking. Oop, we might have.
Yeah. So, you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So, I mean, actually, it's funny you say that, because this year, one of the things last year that I was really pushing for to change this year was to, at the very least, make sure that we had a sticker with the. So you know how we have the badges, and we have everybody's name, and we have their ribbons of their members and their life members and their volunteers and their state directors, their speakers. I wanted to have at least the 2-letter code for everybody's state. And then we talked about, because the hotel the next convention is in is really cool. It has these sort of suites and things all around the outside area. And we were talking about kind of maybe potentially setting up regional spaces for people to be able to go, oh, you're from the Northeast, then this is the Northeast room, and people will be congregating here from the Northeast. So I think we're definitely moving in that area of really making sure that people know how to connect with their community and how to get in touch with folks who are in their area. You know, and that's a personal goal of mine in the next year, is to make sure that I have at least a person that I can email in each state, even if they're not willing to take on the title of assistant state director or state director.
That's an important thing too, is, you know, I've known state directors, I've interacted with state directors, and one of the things is people, you know, people have lives. I run a volunteer organization, and, you know, we've had people come and say, why don't you do more things for kids? And my answer is I'm happy to. It's just that I don't have kids, and the people who have kids don't seem to have the time to actually come in and, you know, run stuff like that. I don't want anybody who, you know, like, if you're in Idaho right now and you've been listening to this and you've been sitting here going, oh, wow, we desperately need somebody, but I'm terrified of that. Public speaking isn't for everybody. Being the state director isn't for everybody. But until we reach out and figure out who has the interest and who has the time and what is the need in a specific area, there are other things that people can do other than just like, I would like to be the state director. It could be anything from, I'm willing to testify if needed, you know, in this area with American Atheists, or I would like to help you scour the area that I'm in to find someone who would be a good assistant state director, or work towards building an affiliate community, that sort of thing. It's not that everybody has to be in front of the camera. Everybody doesn't have to speak. Everybody doesn't have to be comfortable even being out. And getting people in different areas to contact you and to work with American Atheists so that you have a network where you can reach out to people might be as important or more important than actually filling some of those roles, because having that many people working towards filling those roles, it might be the best way to fill it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the state directors and volunteers, but the backbone of American Atheists, to me, is the community groups that we help and that we serve and that we give tools to. And, you know, it's been my one pleasure in the last year that I've been in the job to start rolling out things like webinars and trainings and how to get more involved and how to build community and how to do these things. And so we're trying to make sure that people have those tools so that if they're looking around, I live in Southern Maryland. It's a very small county in Maryland, all the way south of DC, about an hour and a half. And so it's pretty conservative, it's pretty red, and it's pretty Christian, and it's pretty white. And so moving here really is what motivated me to get involved in activism. I lived in Massachusetts, in Amherst, Massachusetts before that. So it was a big shift moving here. And so there's a lot of people who have that same feeling, and they're just casting around looking. And if they can't find something, we want to be able to give them the resources to create that. And it can be small. It can be just going out for coffee. It can just be going out for beers. It can just be getting to know other people in your community who are also looking for those things. And that's usually how it starts. It starts with those social pieces. And then people usually move generally to community service as the next thing. They're like, let's go adopt a highway, or let's go adopt a park, or something like that. That's kind of low stress as well. And they do it together, and it's still a sense of community, but they're out there doing good stuff. And then they'll move into showing up at town council meetings and things like that. Usually it needs to be a local issue that gets them mad.
Yeah.
So it could be anything. It could be anything. You don't know what it's going to be.
I didn't think this would happen in my town. And how many times has everybody said that? I had no idea this type of stuff was happening at such a rate that it was going to affect my little town. And now I want to get involved. Sam, thank you so much for stopping in here and representing American Atheists. I'm looking forward to seeing you when we're in Phoenix. And hopefully, you keep yourself healthy, and you're able to find more and more people to participate in the active roles that American Atheists need, but also just finding general support, because there's a ton of work to do. The fact that we're quarantined isn't going to stop that. The fact that the convention has been postponed a year isn't going to stop that. If anything, it gives us more time to show how much we can have and will do by the time we get to Phoenix next year. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to the town hall and the other things coming up from American Atheists.
Thanks for having me on.
On that note, I'm getting ready to turn it over to Game Master Jim Barrows for the final round of Quiplash. And I'm not in it because I'm a monumental loser who got his ass whooped thoroughly in the first round, although apparently my balls have made it so that everybody else can win in other rounds. So, Jim, take us to the final.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Probably more popular they've been in a while, but they do appear to be popular. Before we get started, though, I really want to give a shout out to Mark and Vern, who are behind the scenes. You guys can't see them. I don't know if Mark has time to show the crew cam or not. He's actually in the studio so that he can run all this as quickly as he can. It is a monumental task behind the scenes going on right now. Vern is not only doing his normal sound thing, he's helping with technical issues with some of the folks who are having technical issues, like Rachel in last round. We weren't able to get her on, but he was working with her the entire time, trying to get her system to actually join in and show. And he's been working with other folks who have been having issues as well. But Mark is a busy man back there. He is dropping people and bringing them in and getting them all set up so that you can see this wonderful stream, and also doing all of his normal producer stuff in the background. So he's got an extra full-time job back there. And really, thanks so much, Mark and Vern. You guys, we literally could not do this without you. You guys are awesome and wonderful. And also, you notice that our audio is going in and out. That's because Mark is doing like 6 things all at the same time, and we get the audio fixed as quickly as possible. So that's what's going on in the background. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Vern. You guys, as usual, are making this work. Looks like I'm the only one not in so far on Jackbox. So let me do that real quick. I apologize. And doing that. In the meantime, why don't we start? Well, Eric, introduce yourself. And you know what? We need to improve the trash talking around here. So, Eric, introduce yourself, your show, and trash talk some folks.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Eric Murphy. I'm one of the hosts of Talk Heathen. I just want to say it's the final countdown. And yes, I have been drinking. I hope you've been drinking with me. It definitely has been making things funnier. I just want to say, Dan, you made it. V, I'm excited that you're here. Jen, it's really good to see you. Johnny, I'm watching you. And Jim, let's do it.
I'm watching right back.
And let's see.
That's right.
Well, Jen, since you started off,
I'd like to say I'd like to dedicate my victory to the crew. Worked so hard at it.
Yeah, Johnny. Sorry, sucking up's not going to help
The
you here.
unsung
But
heroes of every single show.
Johnny, that's not going to save your ass. We're coming for you anyway.
Johnny, what shows you on? Who are you?
It's the story of my life. People looking for me.
That echo dog.
So, Johnny, introduce yourself, your shows. Johnny?
Johnny, I'm on a few different shows. I'm on nonprofits. I've been on Atheist Vanguard. I've been on Godless Bitches. I just did Truth Wanted yesterday. But my heart truly does belong to the crew. So, see me there tomorrow as the call screener. Fuck even.
Woohoo! Thank you.
All right, Dan, you're up next.
Listen, you already know it's your boy, Objectively Dan, host of Truth Wanted. We might as well end this now. I'm going to win. It's going to happen. These guys are just posers. This is my game right here. It's happening.
Talking a lot of shit, Dan.
It's going to be real fun whipping your bony ass.
Oh!
Yeah.
The last but not least.
Last but certainly not least, is I am the one with the crown currently. So you're welcome. Talk heathen, secular sexuality, godless bitches. Hey, Jen, nice to see you, my co-host. Ready to do this.
All right, and I've already introduced myself. I am on AXP, and I've been on Talk Heathen and Atheist Vanguard, Truth Wanted, a couple others. All right, so we all know how the game is played. It sounds like we've got the audio problems fixed, which I'd like to do before we get started. Anyone else hearing audio?
Yep, sounds like we're all
a
good.
little bit of an echo.
Ooh,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I'm getting echo from V.
Yeah,
Okay.
for some reason.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right.
Any echo here?
Listen, V, there's a reason why you may have the crown, but the guillotine was invented for a reason. All
Dan,
right?
somebody's going to beat your ass as soon as quarantine's off.
Getting death threats? That's not fair.
No, that's not what I said.
You threatened me with a guillotine. What do you think that means?
No, just the crown, just the
man.
concept of monarchy, not you specifically.
I'm concerned about Dan now. Now I'm worried.
This is a critique of systemic. Never mind.
Yeah, Dan's getting a little, you know. Oh, here we go. All right. First question.
Oh.
Round one is getting ready to start. Audience, you can join by going to jackbox.tv and typing in CDIR, Charlie, Delta, India, Romeo.
CDIR.
Yes. You should already be in, Johnny. You shouldn't have to do it again. We're going to answer 2 questions, 2 prompts. Make sure you get them both in.
Ooh, it's not showing for me. I gotta pop back in.
Yeah, you might have to reload the Quiplash page. Remember, raunchy and funny seems to be winning. Audience, you too can participate. Audience is substitute for a toothbrush. Don't answer that one, players. You've got your own. Mustache brush, substitute for British. Oh, come on. Donald Trump, toothbrush, back scratcher.
Use tampon. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. The audience really got to step up their game there, guys.
I got douche chills on that one. Oof.
Bad substitute for a toothbrush, folks. Ooh, Trump's hair. Yeah, that would be a bad substitute, wouldn't it? Use diaper, dog food. A cat.
Oh.
Armed a nuclear warhead. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, V got it in just at the last second. Here we go. What's the boogeyman's part-time job? Chocoholics. Hosting Talk Heathen. Oh.
That's shade for one of us.
Yeah. Audience, you can vote too. What's the boogeyman's part-time job? Chocoholics or hosting Talk Heathen?
I'm not going to lie. I'm a safety quip on this one. I could not. Go with hosting Talk Heathen.
Uh-oh.
I advise it.
5-4. Eric, come on, audience, vote. You can swing it. Here we go. Eric Murphy versus Dan. Oh, Dan wins in a landslide.
I'm sorry, I'm an asshole.
Eric just got the sympathy vote.
It's appreciated.
That's why you and I are friends,
man.
Because you're an asshole.
I love you guys.
The hardest part about dating in 1892. Lack of penicillin, the hairdos. The hardest part of dating in 1892. Lack of penicillin, the hairdos. Audience can vote. And if you just joined us, if you go to jackbox.tv and then it'll ask you for a code, type in that code you see in the upper right-hand screen. It's CDIR, Charlie, Delta, India, Romeo. Here we go. Jen versus V. Oh, Jen and Jen gets most of the votes. It is a landslide.
Is anyone surprised by that answer from me? No.
No. Hardest part of having 5 secret families. Maintaining 5 secret stashes of toilet paper or telling them you aren't Mormon. The hardest part of having 5 secret families.
Oh, man.
Maintaining 5 secret stashes of toilet paper or telling them you aren't Mormon.
Those are both excellent. Both excellent.
So who do you think answered those, Dan?
I don't know, but we're about to find out.
All right. 3, 2,
Why do I feel like
1.
toilet paper is Jim?
Jim versus Johnny. Myself versus Johnny. Oh! And Johnny. Oh! Smokes me badly. Well done, Johnny.
I voted for you, Jim. I voted
that was my sympathy.
Stop trying to kiss his ass, Dan. It's not going to help.
A perfectly good reason to walk around with a raven on your shoulder. Moon boots or W?
I feel like everybody phoned it in on this one.
A perfectly good reason to walk around with a raven on your shoulder. Moon boots or W?
I can't believe nobody said so he could be your wingman. Like, come on, people.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going to get a wingman. There's
that
come on. That was a prime dad joke moment. Come on.
Are moon boots like moon shoes? Like little trampoline shoes?
Eric versus V. Oh, and Eric takes a second safety one and wins. Yeah, the safety. For those of you wondering, if you
the
can't
W was absurd. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. A bed bug review of your mattress.
Yeah.
Why get a king size for one person or urine cooked with good Wi-Fi? A bed bug review of your mattress. Urine soaked with good Wi-Fi. Why get a king size for one person?
Oh, that first one.
Who doesn't have a king size for one person?
Yeah.
I have a king size for one person because I'm a greedy bitch.
Same.
But
I wish I had a king size. I probably need one.
Dan versus Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny with the urine soaked with Wi-Fi by a landslide.
Damn.
I got you.
Audience favorite.
Damn, Johnny.
Oh, well done, Johnny. Something found in the seat cracks of nearly every cab. Dick cheese or used condoms.
Oh, jeez.
Something found in the seat cracks of nearly every cab. Dick cheese or used condoms.
The fact that it's on theme is
Big
what
cheese
scares
for the
me
win
the
on
most.
that one.
Oh, similar answers from a certain point of view.
How did we do this?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
From a certain point of view.
They're both the same from a certain point of view. Slightly different.
Here.
Jen versus oh, Jen takes the players, but Jim takes the audience vote. Yes. Yeah, 100 point with the winner.
Jen won the Electoral College on that one.
No, yeah. So let's see who takes the lead. Oh, Johnny, Jen, Dan, I'm coming
30
in
fucking
for.
points. I'm coming for your fucking ass.
It's only the beginning.
30 points? Fuck
It's
no.
only the beginning.
The people's
30
champion.
points.
It's the people's champion.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, 2 more questions.
Oh, God. Why did I have the most? Oh, my God. This is terrible.
Oh, the audience.
Also, best name ever. Jim and Jenna nasty canceled.
Well, you know, great minds think alike. I don't know why she's thinking like me, but Jen apparently does. All right.
Oh, we knew this a long time ago, Jim.
The name of the species of dinosaur you would want to meet. Oh, Coronosaurus.
Twatosaur? I like Twatosaur.
Twatosaur's kind of, yeah. Whichever will eat me. Yeah. Matt's ball. Sorry. Yeah. I have a feeling that Matt's balls will live on in infamy. All right, we're waiting on 2 more. Down to 10 seconds. No hurry. Pressure's on. Can you do it? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Ooh.
Eric barely made it.
Oh, yeah.
Does it mean it's because he was thinking and came up with something good? A bumper sticker a nudist would have. Stay indoors, work naked, boner garage. A bumper sticker a nudist would have.
We're a bunch
Stay
of fucking
indoors,
like
work naked.
13-year-olds. This is terrible.
Yeah, that's this game is for 13-year-olds at
We're
heart.
a bunch of fucking 13-year-olds.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing.
And these are the prompts that will come in the normal game of Quiplash. All right, audience.
It's the
vote,
answers.
vote.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen versus Eric, and Eric takes the players and the audience vote.
Wait, you're saying we're a bunch of 13-year-olds. You're the one putting boner garage, Jen. What the heck?
I saw it like 8 times on Twitter in the last 2 days, and now it's stuck in my head. So
A rejected name for a Crayola color. Donald Trump tan or Dick Cheese brown?
Oh, God.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Neither one of those are good Crayola colors. Donald Trump tan or Dick Cheese brown.
Oh
I'm not
my
sure there's a lot of difference.
I could smell that answer. I can
That's
legit
sad.
Similar, yeah.
smell that answer.
That is sad.
Yep.
That's sad.
For which one, Jen? For which one?
Both.
They smell the same. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't know. Jen versus Johnny. Jen takes the player
Oh.
vote, and Jen takes the audience vote.
Dick Cheese Brown was
Dick Cheese
good.
Brown didn't win.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like nobody
Jen takes
understands
it in a
me.
landslide.
I feel like nobody understands me.
Just kicks Johnny to the curb. A bad excuse for missing your kid's graduation. Didn't know I had a kid. I had to get my prosthetic. Bad excuse for missing your
Who's
kid's
been
graduation.
talking to my ex-husband? Come on.
Didn't know I had a kid, or I had to get my prostate exam. And folks, if you're just joining, you too can vote. You can go to jackbox.tv, type in CDIR, that's Charlie Delta India Romeo, 5 seconds. This is only the first game of 2 in the second round of the first game. V versus myself. Oh,
Damn.
V takes it. I have to admit,
Oh.
V, you
That was
had
good.
that one hands
Damn.
down. That was so much better than mine. Well done.
Yeah.
You stopped me badly. Well done. I have to admit, I would have voted for yours too. The 3 ingredients in a drink called the Chicago. Jen, olives, and dick cheese, apparently. I sterile urine, bratwurst, and chicken. 3 ingredients in a drink called the Chicago.
Yep.
Got olives and dick cheese.
Oh my God, that broke me. I'm sorry, that broke me.
Vote, vote, vote. Don't forget to vote.
Oh, jeez.
Eric versus Johnny. Who's going to win? Oh, players split even. Split. Johnny ekes it out by a little bit of dick cheese. Yes, folks. Just
That's all you need.
What ruined your hot air balloon ride?
Oh my God.
Matt's head reflecting in the sunlight, or Matt's ball?
Oh.
Yeah, none of us are hosting any more shows, guys. I think we can pretty much call it
I think our time is close.
It's the density which brings the balloon down around. It's not the size.
Oh, we're making Jen choke. She doesn't choke very often.
No. My gag reflex.
Dan versus
gentlemen.
Oh, Dan.
I'll take it.
With a landslide. Well done, Dan.
Nice, Dan. All right.
Kicking V to the curb with that one. All right, let's see. In the worst casting decision ever, the role of Frodo Baggins would go to
Elijah Wood.
Oh. Objectively Dan.
Damn it!
Folks, this is the hardest choice you're going to have to make. You're going to have to guess who came up with Objectively Dan versus Dan.
That's
God. But let's face it, no matter which one you answer, you're not going to come up short.
Hey, you want to know the worst part? One of those is mine.
Objectively Dan wins.
I still win, baby. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
We all agree.
God.
Yeah, I came up short on that one. Dan stood
Dan
tall.
didn't.
Johnny was in first. Let's see. Does he keep it? No.
Let's go, baby.
Front. Jen stays in second.
Moving on.
Round 3. We all get the same prompt.
Okay.
That's a giant win for me. That's what I'll say.
Head and shoulders above me.
Yeah.
Oh, come up with a new snack food with this word in the name. Screw. Think. Tick-tock. 20 seconds.
What's the name again?
Come up with a new snack food with this word in its name. Screw. 10 seconds.
Oh, I messed up.
5, 4.
I hit enter. 3. I didn't mean to.
Uh-oh.
No.
Screw poo flu. I can't believe it's not dick cheese. Screw Cheerios. Johnny approved. Remember, we're voting 3 times.
I was going to put
bronze.
Blue screws, pew, chew. Just
Is that like
rhyming
a new
words.
reiteration of Blue's Clues?
Yeah, basically.
I'm very confused by all of these.
Damn it. Oh, well.
Remember, you're voting 3 times. Gold, silver, and bronze.
What was it going to be, Dan? What were you going to write?
Just a lot of rhyming nonsense. It wasn't going to make any sense, to be honest.
Dan was going to attempt to rap again.
Blue,
Is what he was going to do.
Blue screws, pew chews. It's like a snack you eat in church because it's like, anyway, I don't know.
Dan was trying to cosplay Eminem again.
Oh, I like that.
Cosplay Eminem. Okay. I see you. Somebody voted it. Thank you for the pity vote. Appreciate it.
All right, let's see. Dan's in last. I was second to last.
Third.
Eric came in third.
I lost it
Johnny.
all.
Oh, Jen and V take first and second in the third round.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's see what the
Go
final
play.
standings are. Dan was in first. Does he keep it? Jen's in second. Does she move up? Jen moves up,
Yeah.
followed by V, followed by Dan. All right, Jen pulls it out. Something she doesn't normally do.
Not since the hysterectomy, no.
Oh, Jen pulls out a winner. Something else she doesn't normally do.
That's something else I usually don't do. No.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh, I love that my crippling depression and poor choices brings you joy, Jim. I
You know, sometimes it's the simple pleasures in life.
I know.
And that's kind of where we are. So that was the first round or first game. We got a second game coming up. Now, all of these questions are ones that Mark himself didn't come up with. He put out a call for quips to prompts to pull up, and so these are people who volunteered to do that. And again, just a shout out to Mark. I know what he's doing back there in the background, and he is working hard.
We absolutely
much harder than normal.
Mark.
Yeah,
we really do.
Mark is amazing.
This entire place would fall apart if it wasn't for Mark. Honestly,
I think so.
Really.
Yep.
And Verdon's telling me in chat that Mark did come up with most of them, but yeah. And for those of you thinking this might just be another Atheist Experience show, just like everyone else, it really, really is. And not only are we remote, but Mark is pulling in a bunch of different people's videos and managing all their sound with Vern and doing a whole bunch of work back there.
Anybody that has the patience to deal with our asses is worthy of our compliments.
Yep.
So
I mean, you alone, Dan. You fucking alone is,
I know.
is like raising a child. I mean, come on. He's got to deal with the rest
Yeah.
of us. Come on.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and then there's putting up with Eric's ego.
Oh yeah, that guy's awful.
I thought
Sorry,
keeping
Eric.
me,
You were just.
I thought keeping me clothed would be the hardest part, but
Well,
That's why we have the mics.
yeah.
Oh, nicely said, V.
Nice.
Round one. Those of you in the audience, you can join. Go to jackbox.tv, SXSO.
all right.
Don't read your prompts. Oh, in the
I
audience.
just glanced over and just saw something cat and then balls from the car, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? What?
Yeah. What the hot trend in weddings will be in the year 2046? The audience is answering
70s
that.
bush.
70s bush, yeah. Oh, that's what that says. I couldn't read it.
70s bush. That was I was like, oh, okay.
49 people. That's Sierra X-ray, Sierra Oscar. So. Kind of like, no, we're not going to do that. It's too easy. We got 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks like everybody got them in. Let's see how we do. Should
can we
internet
guess?
apologists say?
Were
Were you there? Some BS dog whistle for metaphysical substrate.
Were you there?
Should internet apologists say? Were you there?
Were you there?
Some BS dog whistle for metaphysical substrate. Come on, audience, and vote. You can turn the tide.
I'm calling V for the second one.
Okay, I could see that.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
V for the first one versus Johnny.
I love you, Johnny. I love
V
you.
V smokes Johnny, kicks him to the curb, and stomps him there.
It's too intellectual. It's too intellectual. I don't expect you to understand.
We didn't get it.
Ouch.
No, we didn't get
The
it.
earth is flat.
Yeah.
What else might be flat? My sex life, Jordan Peterson's dignity.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
That's a
Oh,
ding
man.
currently.
That hurts. That's way
The earth
too
is
good.
flat. What
I
else
should
might
get an
be flat?
assist
My
on that
life.
one.
Jordan Peterson's dignity. Oh, wow. 10 seconds. Come on, audience, vote.
Oh, jeez.
Players, you need to vote too. I'm interested to see whose sex life is flat. Eric Murphy versus Jen. Oh, Jen with Jordan Peterson's dignity. And Eric, I have to say,
actually, my sex life is actually not my answer for once.
hey, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Eric,
Good.
that wasn't a sympathy vote, but what is the newest attraction at
It's the
Ken
Army's.
Ham's Dark Park? Birth of Matt Dillahunty or Eric Sayre? What is the newest attraction at Ken Ham's Ark Park? Birth of Matt Dillahunty, circa 6000 BC, or Eric Sayre? Come on, folks. Matt's not that old. He's younger than I am.
Ouch.
Well, Jim, now we know that you were his nanny, Jim.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Here we go. Get your votes in. Dan versus myself. Oh, and Dan ekes it out. Well, you
Sorry,
did better
Matt.
than eke it out, but
Love
yes,
you.
Sorry, Matt.
yeah.
My quiplash
Sorry.
strategy is just roasts.
A lot of questions
all around.
about
How does
that.
one get into the atheist inner circle, get hit in the head with a love ring,
Ooh.
enduring Matt's balls for 20 minutes? How does one get into the atheist inner circle, get hit in the head with a love ring, or enduring Matt's balls for 20 minutes?
I must not be in the atheist inner circle.
What, you can only last 15
It's
minutes,
the-
Dan? Is that what you're saying? You
Dan
can
only lasted
15
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's working
V
his way
versus
up.
Jen.
I'm
Oh,
ashamed of myself right now. I'm ashamed.
Damn.
Jen,
Uh,
smoke
shame.
me.
I'm ashamed.
Oh.
I am ashamed. I am ashamed of myself right now. There's shame there.
Yeah, I could see some hosts aren't going to be on their shows shortly. Best baby recipe. Simple honey glazed over an open fire barbecue baby deluxe. Best baby recipe. Simple honey glazed over an open fire or barbecue baby deluxe.
Guys, I haven't had dinner yet. This is hard. I'm hungry now.
I know, yeah.
Am I the
Very
only one
similar
writing
answers,
crockpot
though, aren't
recipes
they?
for this?
They
right
still
now?
got can you still get babies at HEB, or are they still out of stock?
They're still out.
You can only buy one per person.
Johnny versus Dan. Oh,
come on.
Johnny wins
Ah,
by a landslide.
Damn.
Well,
hey,
it's-
come on.
It looks so nice, on the roast.
People's champion.
Mm-mm.
When good Christians don't understand
Couldn't fit
understand
apple in the
something
mouth
Testament,
in
they
that
simply add
text.
Jesus
There isn't
and
enough space.
la la la. I can't hear you. You aren't listening or toast. When good Christians don't
What is it
understand
with the
something
food? I'm hungry now.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna get on Postmates pretty soon and be like, I have to have cheese fries. Somebody please make me cheese fries.
You can't solicit sex on Postmates, Jen. That's
No, I
not-
know.
What do you think she's going to use the
That's
cheese
what-
fries for?
Exactly, on Craigslist.
Chris
What do you
Lyon,
think
but
I
actually-
do
She
on
goes to the
Tinder,
PX for
Dan?
the sex solicitation.
What do you think
All
I do
right,
on Tinder,
Eric versus
Dan?
myself.
I don't know.
Oh, Eric wins. I thought Jesus on toast was funnier, but all right.
I mostly
audience
just
is
cry
wrong.
on Tinder, but
So did I, Jim. So did I.
But Eric
Because
smoked
it's
me.
the
He
cheese
beat me
fries.
fair and
It
square.
gives you immunity. Cheese fries
Just the
gives you
fact that
immunity
you're all
from
wrong
the
doesn't
hurt.
mean. All right.
I'm
Let's
disappointed.
see. Oh,
No.
Jen, Eric, Johnny, first three.
Ooh. We got
Round
50
two.
points. All right.
Game 2.
All right, this is a classic underdog story, obviously.
fuck off.
So get ready.
Oh, the audience has got the worst shape for an animal cracker. Darwin, Trump's hair, Hypercube, Dick Cheese. 40 seconds. 3 players left. You got to answer. Remember, you're answering 2. 1 player left. All right, here we go.
Yes.
The only thing objective about Objectively Dan is he's objectively not Frodo Baggins, handsome as AF. We love you, Dan.
They're both
I'm not
true.
kissing Dan's ass. I'm not kissing Dan's ass. Fuck that shit. Fight the power.
Aww.
Dan threatened to behead me earlier. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
It wouldn't hold up in a court of law. That's all I'm saying, B.
You're short enough, Jen.
Yeah, but her head's not flat.
Love you, Dan.
V versus Eric. Oh, V wins in a landslide.
This is what happens when you threaten to behead the other host, Dan.
Oh,
It's true.
I'll
take the Hobbit's thighs and guard.
I still
I'll
feel
do it.
good about it.
We don't hate you. We just
Matt's
think you
saying
are
I'm
calling the
number
wrong
2.
show or Eric Murphy. Oh, Eric Murphy gets thrown under that. What?
Oh.
Oh. Oh. That's gotta hurt. So Eric, are you feeling the burn?
I'm
Is it a little cold where you are?
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Eric, I gotta say, after that last post, I'm so sorry.
Dan wins. Oh, the audience likes Eric. Answer.
Look at that.
Oh, the audience
popular
pulls the
vote.
win out for Eric. Well
Damn.
done, audience. What's Matt's favorite game?
Yep.
Answering slavery questions or dodgeballs? Everybody gets to vote. You're just
all
joining
right, Jen.
us. Go to jackbox.tv and type in SXSO, Sierra X-Ray, Sierra Oscar.
You were right,
And you
Jen.
could
We are a
vote.
bunch of 13-year-olds.
We are.
I concede. I concede the point.
Here we go.
Exodus 22 talks about
That's
dodgeballs.
myself versus Jen.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We
the
should have
audience
a
gives
fucking
Jen the
13-year-old.
win.
What?
Oh.
See? Our fucking audience is older than us, god damn it. Do you see this shit?
Wow, audience. What call would it take for Jen to lose his shit? Bitch
Learning
left
a lot
Marcus
about Jim this
Martinez
round.
saying Kirk is better than Picard. Oh wow, I have to think about this one.
Are you a Kirk man or a Picard man?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to go with that one.
Fair enough.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
wrong with Marcus
Dan
Aurelius,
versus
Jim?
V.
There we
Absolutely nothing.
Two
Oh,
inside.
That's what
Two
I'm talking
inside.
about, folks. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
by the way, everybody who answered Dan's
Yeah.
question, you got the one I answered. Everyone else is just wrong.
Everyone else, me.
Matt wakes up one day to find that he's actually brain in a vat. What's the first thing that he says? Watch me pull a rabbit out of my vat, or I've been Ken Ham all along. Oh boy.
I mean, technically, if he was a brain in a vat, he would have been Ken Ham. And all of us.
Are you saying Ken Ham?
Technically, very, very true.
Oh, it's actually philosophically sound, is what you're saying?
That's
I'm
true.
saying I need to drink more. Hold on a second.
I actually made a philosophical argument.
Yay! Oh, Johnny versus Jen. Johnny wins, pulling a rabbit
I
out
was
of my
talking
vat.
about the fact that he's a
Oh.
magician. That's a
Yeah,
All right.
sure, Johnny.
Thank you.
We-
I don't
We
like
buy
when
that,
audience
Johnny.
vote
Sure.
shit. Okay.
This week, Christian's
Yes.
talking about being oppressed by Carol Baskin or Jen's boobs. All right.
During quarantine, I'm not physically able to oppress Christians with my boobs, so it wouldn't be this week.
Maybe next week.
Oh, Matt, fuck off in the chat. You and your balls and your fucking brain in a vat. God damn it.
People have to be talking about it to be oppressed by it.
and your little balls. Too.
Oh, and
Oh,
Jim
shit.
versus Johnny.
Thank you.
Oh, Jim wins with Jen's boobs. Yes.
What can I say? I'm a Tiger King fan.
Tiny.
You
no,
would be a
Dan, you
Tiger
just like
King
dating
fan.
women who could possibly kill you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jen was in the lead.
Come
Eric
on.
was second. Do they
Get
hold
that
on?
score up there. That's
Yeah,
right,
Jen,
baby.
Jen.
What's
Oh,
good?
Eric slips to
What's
last
good?
place.
Fuck.
Oh,
Round 3, everyone gets the same prompt.
damn.
Big bucks,
Y'all
no
were sleeping.
wins.
Y'all can't handle the truth. That's what's happening.
All right, here we go. Come up with a full name for this acronym, BOP. All right, we got 3 answers, waiting on 3 more. Got about 20 seconds left. No pressure. No pressure.
Casa Mufasa says, bring on penises. D-Man Jones says, big old penis. Best name ever says, balls.
Hey, Eric, don't give the
What's that?
players any ideas. We got
No
3 people who
ideas.
haven't answered yet.
I
3, 2. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
I
get to
agree.
finish
Now you
typing
can
it.
read them.
Perfect
Now
says,
you can
balls
read 'em.
of hope. Yes. Yes.
Boy operated priest. Oh, biblically hope and balls.
Boy operated priest.
Remember, we're voting 3 times. First vote is for your gold, your top answer. Then your second, then your third. Voting 3 times.
Breaking off penis.
TARDIS pick says, bitch of paradise. Nice. Shadow Griffin has a shout out to Jen, says, boobs oppressing people.
That's a good one.
Here we go. Hopefully everybody got their votes in.
I'm a fucking terrible person. I am a fucking terrible
Boy operated priest is good though. I mean, oh,
look at that.
Wow.
No. I was trying to type biblically
Boy
open
operated priest
polygamy.
is good.
I
Tied for
couldn't
second for
finish
last.
typing it.
Eric Murphy took second, and Jen third by a landslide. Or first by a landslide, excuse me. I misspoke. Happens on occasion. Here we go.
I think that means I lose.
Jen jumped to
Oh,
first place,
shit.
followed by Jen. Nicely done, Jen.
The thing that won it for me was boy operated priest. What the fuck? That's horrible.
That was beautiful.
Operated priest.
That was actually the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That was good.
So wait, who gets
Yeah.
the t-shirt? Did I get the t-shirt?
I think so, Jen. They're calculating it up, but
I'm gonna calculate the points.
you got to figure it out. And it's only the
Damn.
last 2 games. So V, did you have fun?
I did have fun.
What was your favorite?
My favorite answer was boy operated priest. Not because I'm drunk and it's the
Yeah.
only one I can remember right now.
All right, folks, are you ready for this? Well, Jen didn't win, but her boobs did.
Oh. And that's what matters.
Exactly. Jen is the winner.
Damn.
Yay,
Thank
Jen.
you. For once, my horribly crude mind got something.
I hope the t-shirt fits.
Yeah.
You know.
hopefully
Found
the
a
t-shirt
forum for you at last.
Yes, we found
Yeah.
a forum for me at last. Read it in
and
real
hopefully
life.
we haven't scarred any of our viewers. I'm really
Oh, or
hoping
only
we
in
haven't.
ways they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We dance for you.
No
we
one
give
is
you what you
surprised
want.
by this.
Yeah, absolutely no one. But yeah, that was really, really well done.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Oh,
yeah.
Looks like I started strong, but I came too early, as usual.
Yeah,
there's not enough cleavage in that T-shirt. Wait,
Johnny,
can
what was
we
your
modify the T-shirt with a giant microphone in the middle
Sure.
of it? Can we modify
Yeah,
that?
you're gonna have to talk to the people who make it. Johnny, what was your favorite answer? Johnny?
I think it might have been boy-operated priest. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah,
but that was a
that's
good
the
one.
problem.
Winning by a landslide by virtue of being very last.
By virtue of being formerly Catholic. See, it got me somewhere eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's give another big shout out to Mark and Vern in the background there.
Yes. And all the crew and everyone that
you
came together to put this together. You guys are amazing.
There he is.
There he is. The great, the wonderful, the one and only Mark.
Mark is the best atheist ever. Mark's the one that fucking keeps this shit going. He is the best atheist ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And yes, he is in the studio because trying to run all this over VPN would be entirely too hard because it works too slow. And he was very, very busy back there getting all the streams in on time and getting the sound fixed as quickly as he could and doing all those things and keeping this thing around. Wonderful, wonderful job. Thanks again. Vern.
He's the operator. He made a hard line out of the Matrix.
Yeah. And Vern with all the tech support for everybody. I know he helped a couple of people get online despite their technical difficulties. So that was awesome. Mark, did you want Matt to say something on the way out, or how are we going to do that? We didn't discuss this part.
What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
No, you're done.